It's the talk of the town. So come on and listen now. It's Dino's Night Out on WRMN 1410. Night Out on WRMN. It's the talk of the town. So come on and listen now. It's Dino's Night Out on WRMN 1410.
Hello and good afternoon. This is Dino's Night Out. We're going to have a new driver on the board today because we have some neat videos that we're going to show. Our first guest that we have today is Dan Karras, and he's the gentleman to, on your screen, I guess it would be to my left. But
your left, stage right. Who knows?
There you go.
I make a great director.
Talking like a real producer and a real director. And it's a real neat thing because Dan is a part of so many neat projects, and one of them is called Forget Me Not, and it has to do with Alzheimer's, which is something that we'll be diving into and talking about. Alzheimer's I've been working on for many years myself with the Order Sons of Italy. Alzheimer's and the thing they call Cooley's anemia was one of our big charities that we would support, and people didn't really understand what Alzheimer's is, and it's something really serious, and there's some early warning signs. But it doesn't have to be so serious that you can't, I don't want to say, dare I say, joke about it, but you could still have a sense of humor while going through this. You know, in the beginning, it's like, what are you talking about? You know, how you gonna have a sense of humor? This is my mother, this is my father. They're not the same. They don't even know me from one day to the other. Well, there's ways to get around different things like that. I'm not going to steal any thunder at all from.
You can have
Dan
all the
here.
thunder you want.
Oh no, I like the fact that you're going to be doing. You go just a little taste closer. Thank you. But yeah, I'm going to just again. I'd like to welcome you, Dan. Thank you for being on the show. How are you?
Well, thank you much for having us here and helping to spread the word.
Yeah,
and
great.
I'm doing just fine.
Oh, you are. Well, we'd love to hear that. You know, a couple of things that I put on the one little teaser. On the YouTube piece that we put on the Facebook to make sure people tuned in. And those of you that have any questions, you could always call 847-931-1410. 847-931-1410. We have the text number of 505-926. And again, 1410. Kind of goes along with the radio station numbers. See how we did that? But now that Matt's running the board, say hi to everybody, Matt. Let them know who's behind this, the windows over there.
Yes, hello. Okay,
good. But we got some cool videos that are going to come on. But I do want to make sure that we acknowledge, we're going to go to our screen now. It's Arcata Theaters. Ron Onesti, our very dear friend, over in St. Charles, supports this show each and every week from 2 to 4, Dino's Night Out, and it's supported by Arcata Theater. So here's what's going on over at the Arcata tonight. We got Buck Cherry, and I also got Nashville Pussy. Okay, that's the name. The first one is it's a unique, complex, simple, passionate, explosive, original, but always a good time. So you ask, it's a Josh Todd. He's about the inspiration behind the Blackberry, and it's something that may be a little acquired taste, but I think you're going to like it. He's got the old rock and roll, the old style, and I think you're going to enjoy the show. Nashville Pussy, that was formed in 1977. They've preached its sleazy gospel over the past couple of decades, And I can't read the rest, Matt, because it's too far.
I can read it.
Would you?
Yeah, and it's decades alongside Motorhead in every rock outpost from Asia to Europe and back again. Nashville Pussy has gained a reputation for being like AC/DC with a female Angus.
There you go. I imagine that's it. So it's great bands. Ron always gets unique acts in there, and this is one I'm sure you're going to like at 8:00. And then tomorrow they have at the Arcada, they got Johnson Texaphonic. It's one of the most outstanding instrumentalists in rock over the past 40 years. Again, I'm not too good on the Texas guitarist. Eric Johnson was already a legend before they recorded his first album. By the early 1900s, many celebrated. He celebrated. I can't read it from my distance.
That's okay.
Isn't that terrible when you get old? Sorry about that, folks.
Oh, no, I lost my place here. Oh, my goodness. 1980s, many celebrated guitarists were singing the praises of this skinny kid from Austin with the mind-melting chops.
Austin, Texas. And his next guy, Taj Farrant. And go ahead, you can read all about him.
Taj Farrant's debut album tour, titled Chapter 1, marks an exciting milestone for the young Australian guitarist and singer-songwriter.
And there you have it. So that's what's going on at the Arcada Theater. Pardon the fact that I couldn't read it, but I do have Matt running the board. I should have let him just read it from the beginning. But we thank you very much, Ron, for supporting us. Let's get back to our conversation with Dan. And I think I have a few slides down there, too. And so, what was it that drew you into want to be a part of the Alzheimer's?
A number of factors came into play. I think I have to give you a little bit of background or foreground or whatever.
Please do.
I submitted to be an extra back in 83, I think. I'm sorry, 2003.
Okay.
2013. 2013.
We'll get the dates right. Between my
That's
reading
right.
and your recollection, I don't know. I think we got the right program here today.
Well, I could have been an FBI agent in the Transformers movie that came out in 2014, but I was in the wrong state at the wrong time for an unscheduled shoot, so I missed that one. But that led me to a couple of episodes in Chicago Fire and Chicago PD, and I did that for about 3 seasons. And I asked one of the extras I knew, I says, how do you get a speaking line? I want to be a doorman. Welcome to the Ritz.
Yeah, there you go.
Something simple,
Yeah.
nothing, but just something to have something so my kids and grandkids, if I ever had any, would know that, there's Grandpa. So that led me to Dennis telling me, well, you have to have an acting reel.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know what an acting reel was. I says, what's that? Well, you have to have speaking lines so that people can see what talents you have.
Articulation, expression.
Yeah, that kind of thing. And the thought occurred to me, oh, wait a minute. You can't get hired until you have an acting reel with speaking parts. So this is a catch-22.
It's like the 21-year-old or 18-year-old out of college or out of high school needs a job. Well, you need experience first.
That's right, yeah.
Well, give me the job. I'll get the experience. Yeah.
So anyway, that led me to a couple of different things. I was to student films. College kids are always looking for other people to be in their films. So I did that for a couple things. Loretta Smith, who I thank to this day for me still being in here in the film industry, cast me as an Alzheimer's patient for about a 20-minute short. I thought we did a pretty good job, but shorts, just because there are so many of them that are produced, it didn't get as much traction and exposure as we were hoping for. So when my old neighbor, who I've known for 45 years, was diagnosed, we found out about it. I got in touch with Loretta, says, we have to make Love's Last Dance into a feature-length film so that more people can be exposed to what Alzheimer's is. She was going to do it, but because of timing and whatever, we couldn't get it done. And I asked her, I says, well, do you mind if we do our own story? She says, no, we can do Love's Last Dance maybe as a sequel to it, in 2026. So we came up with Forget Me Not. And instead of, if you watch a lot of the Alzheimer's movies, they focus on the afflicted person. Or there may be one other person involved, like the wife or a daughter or that type of thing. And I wanted to focus on the effects of on the family and friends. So in Forget Me Not, my wife and I, who meet in high school, and we're high school sweethearts all the way for almost 30 years, and we have 4 kids, and we have a couple grandkids eventually, and then everything is wonderful. We have promotions, we have graduations. I mean, it's an idyllic life. And then the diagnosis is hit. In the film, you can see a little bit. I can't find my glasses, even though they're on my head. What happened to the brush? And, I get lost and whatever, which is what normally happens. Alzheimer's doesn't all of a sudden, bam, you've got Alzheimer's. There are, and I'm sure you're aware of it, doing work with what you're doing.
Right.
There are signals or signs that people may be going down that path. Now, a lot of people, unfortunately, the family thinks, oh, it's just Uncle Harry, he's getting old. It's just old age, he's forgetting things. And that leads to people not being diagnosed because there are different treatments and that type of thing that can delay the disease and, make things easier for the family. But they're just not diagnosed. And that's one of the things we wanted to bring out in the film, that you can't deny what is happening. You don't want it to happen, but it does. In the state of Illinois in 2020, the last report I saw, 230,000 people in the state of Illinois are affected with it. By now, it's probably 250,000.
I would imagine, sure.
If you look at the nation, it's over 7 million, and worldwide it's like 50 million. So this is a major disease that is kind of brushed underneath the carpet. We always hear about heart, we hear about lungs, we hear about cancer. We don't hear that much about Alzheimer's when, in actuality, the last report I saw, it's the 7th leading cause of death in this country. But
what number?
7th.
7th. Wow.
Now, this is a report a couple of years ago,
I got
so it might have changed. Maybe it's up to 5 now. I'm not sure. But it affects so many people, and we hear about it, but nothing is being done about it. So we were hoping that by giving the film exposure to more people, that maybe we can generate a little more interest in having something done, in research.
And the part that people don't realize, and I like what your take was, not so much on the individual, which is important, but the partner, even the caretaker sometimes, focusing on how it affects their lives and how it affects, when you're talking a married couple, your story of the high school sweethearts, everything was shared.
Right.
We're going to do this, we're going to do that, let's take care of this, let's take care of that. Now, all of a sudden, that partnership has been dissolved, not because you wanted it to, but because your partner's unable to act.
That's right.
And that's very sad because, you know each other from high school, and, oh, you drive down the street. Remember, we used to go here? Oh, yeah, well, let's grab one of those ice creams again. Or so-and-so has that, whatever, steak sandwich over here. Or, man, I remember this. Or you go to that famous fishing spot that you enjoyed. But now you go to these places, and it's like, you got crickets in the car. No one's saying nothing. There's no,
That's right.
No, like, hey, babe, you remember when we did this? Or, no, it's the, and it's got to be a strain. So certainly, and again, with your research, you know way more than I do, but it's a fact that.
Well, maybe a little anyway.
Maybe a little. and I do have quite a bit that we have researched on it, and they educated us, because you want to catch the signs. And the signs are real important. Like you joked around, well, where's my keys? I can't tell you how many times where I put them, where I didn't, or I'm walking around looking for my cell phone and it's in my hand because I know I set it down, and here it's in my hand because you get so used to it. So you got to check the signs. Even myself, I'm going to have one of those evaluations done, all jokes aside, just to make sure, because I just had a birthday, and I want to make sure that I'm banging on all 8.
Well, that's one of the things we focused on, not only the family, but also the progression of the disease family-wise. You have denial, where, oh, that's just Uncle Harry's,
Yeah.
I should say Ed, because that's our character.
Oh, okay.
Well, Ed, he just lost his glasses, he does that all the time. We actually have a scene about that where my brother's denying it. My wife is going, no, there's something seriously wrong. And it turned out she's correct. We have guilt because you feel guilty. Is it your fault? Should you have done something earlier? That type of thing.
Should you have detected it earlier instead of, oh, it's just how it is?
Right.
Should you have asked a question? Yeah.
And then there's confusion. People don't know what to do. There's frustration with not only the afflicted trying to remember something, but it's also with the rest of the family trying to deal with that. So I think I think I'm forgetting one somewhere, but we try to go through the process during the movie using real life situations, because everybody that was on our team, and I think we've got 22, every one of them have had or had experience with someone with Alzheimer's. One of our other producers lost his mother just last year. My character, who we kind of focused on, or at least I focused on, he just passed away last year.
Yeah.
Our other producer lost his grandmother a couple years ago. And everybody, it started off as a passion project. And then we decided, okay, how do we get this word out? And that's where the idea of turning it into a fundraiser came. If we can turn it into a fundraiser, maybe more people will pay attention to it. And it's been working out so far.
Beautiful. And I see in front of you, is that where people could call? You have to lift up a little higher. There you go.
Oh, there we go. This is our website. I think Matt could possibly bring it up. That has all the information about the film itself. We have a link into it right about there.
Who's that old guy in the picture there?
Yeah, that old guy, what's he doing? He looks like, like he's old. We have 2 different versions of it. One is closed captioned. The other one is not closed captioned. And it's just a way of raising money for the funds. What we're doing is we're actually working a lot with alz.org, the Alzheimer's awareness. And we're directing funds to individual chapters. We have
Nationwide. Okay.
We have currently potentially scheduled interviews with Albany, New York, and Richmond, Virginia. And we're looking to do, progressing more than that so that we can get this word out and also raise funds for the individual chapters.
Yeah, no, this is a great undertaking. My second mom, I called her mom, when my father passed away, he died at 93, and he always thought he was going to take care of Sue. Well, Sue survived him, and she developed the Alzheimer's. And, when you watch it sometimes, she would be talking like, oh, where's Nick? My dad. And then she'd sit and think about it for, oh, yeah, boy, what a good man he was, She'd have that brief moment like, where is he? She'd come out of whatever you want to say they're in, but it was only very, very brief, And she would remember most of us most of the time. A lovely daughter, my sister-in-law, but she's my sister, Lori, stood by her side through the whole thing. But people don't realize with the Alzheimer's, a lot of other things happen with the forgetfulness. You can forget to swallow the right way with Alzheimer's.
From what I understand, with the progression of the disease, it starts shutting down parts of the brain.
Right.
And it's not a matter of forgetting to swallow. It's the connection from the brain to the throat to swallow is lost. So you just
The neurological connection.
Physically,
correct.
you can't.
But basically it's not that they're losing their memory or they don't know. It's just like you're saying, it affects everything else that's in your body. As you well know, the brain, through the spinal cord, one little piece does this, one does that. And I just experienced it with having to see 3 through 7 surgery on my spine. I got use of my hands again. I had all numb. So imagine that even on a bigger scale, affecting the brain to where it's affecting motor skills, affecting your speech,
That's right.
your memory, and it's a shame. And to watch that's got to be difficult.
Well, again, that's the frustration, the anger. Why is it happening?
Yeah.
Why is it happening to Ed?
Yeah.
Why was he chosen? Whatever.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, the guilt. If you, no matter how you handle it, no matter how well you handle it, there's going to be a certain amount of guilt you're going to feel.
Yeah.
At least with I can't tell you how many hundreds of hours of videos I watched regarding Alzheimer's, but that was a common thread, no matter how different. I like to think of Alzheimer's kind of like autism, in as much as you have a whole spectrum.
Yes.
Like my neighbor was the kindest, gentlest, most caring guy during the process. And I know somebody who used to throw bricks at people because they were trespassing on their lawn, even though they were an ant.
There's the one commercial, if you see it, with the mother and her daughter, where she was touching her mom and her mother pulled back.
Right.
It was combative all of a sudden. That was never her nature. That was never her style. But this causes that. In fact, I read somewhere, and I couldn't find it because I wanted to have it for this show, that probably, and if it is true, and what I read, that the saddest part is there's brain activity that they're detecting. Nobody really knows if the person knows that they're losing these skills.
Right.
So are you trapped in this body of, why is everybody talking to me like this? You're processing it, but it's not coming out, And I don't know if that study has gone all the way through. I know I read about it, but they say that that's why you need to check every little signal, every little sign. Be careful in the diagnosis. To
Well,
make sure you
if
catch
I can
these.
give a call out to alz.org, Alzheimer's Awareness, they have an amazing amount of information that people can look at. If you have questions about, well, gee, is Uncle Harry, is that just old age, or is he getting, is he going to develop this? They have all kinds of information that can help out with that. They even have an 800 number, I think, if I remember right, that you can call. Oh, there it is, Alzheimer's. Very good, Matt.
Is Matt good or what?
He's good.
Hey, listen, we're getting ready to go to a break. That's what that music is. Dan, you're going to stick with us for the next segment?
Absolutely. We haven't even
What a
talked
gentleman.
about my film career yet.
Oh, we got to get onto all of that. Listen, Dan Karras, he's really a character. This guy's 75 years old. Look at him. He looks great. Well, maybe the beard make him look it. But when we come back, we're going to talk a lot of different things. More about the Alzheimer's, more about maybe how you can get involved, and about his career. Quite a guy. Softball player, too. Can you imagine that? Diving catches at 75. Hey, we'll talk about it in a little bit. Thank you very much. WRMN 1410. Dino's Night Out.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Rain X, America's #1 wiper blade. Naperville District 203 board member Melissa Kelly Black has been censured for the second time in 10 months after allegedly sharing confidential information about contract negotiations on social media. The board voted 6-1 to approve the censure, with Black casting the sole dissenting vote. The resolution accuses her of undermining negotiations with the Naperville Unit Education Association through Facebook posts and that included details from closed sessions and critical remarks about fellow board members. Despite the ongoing government shutdown, the Agriculture Department will reopen about 2,100 county offices to help farmers and ranchers access $3 billion in aid. Each office will be staffed by 2 paid employees to assist with farm loans, crop insurance, and disaster relief, reflecting President Trump's efforts to maintain support among rural communities. Oswego police released an updated timeline of 2 stabbing attacks at a Chick-fil-A that left 1 man dead and another seriously injured early Wednesday morning. Surveillance footage shows the suspect broke into the restaurant on Route 34 around 3:10 a.m. and fatally stabbed a delivery driver inside. Nearly 2 hours later, the same suspect attacked a maintenance worker outside, who, with the help of a witness, subdued the assailant until police arrived. Officers arrested the suspect, provided aid to the injured man, and confirmed the incident was isolated as the investigation into a motive continues. Downtown Elgin will transform into an apocalyptic battleground for Nightmare on Chicago Street on Saturday. Aliens and zombies invade the city for a night of cosmic chaos and immersive horror. The event runs from 6 to 11 p.m. with early entry at 5 p.m. for ZDI all-access pass holders and features themed pop-up bars, live music, and terrifying street experiences. Festivities kick off Friday night with Friday Night Frights, offering sideshows, live performances, and family-friendly entertainment across downtown. Tickets start at $35 with upgraded passes, unlocking early access, VIP perks, and entry to exclusive horror-themed bars. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
Think about it. You take thousands of steps every day. Shouldn't every single one of them feel amazing? Well, with Arch Fit hands-free Skechers slip-ins, they can. Skechers teamed up with podiatrists to design a shoe that provides amazing arch support for all-day comfort. And best of all, you get all this comfort, stability, and support with the ease of Skechers slip-ins technology. Just slip them on. There's no bending down and no struggling to tie your shoes. Just step in and go. Try Arch Fit hands-free Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever comfortable footwear is sold.
This is Larry Jones, and I'd like to talk to you about my bank, American Eagle Bank in South Elgin. Has your bank changed names in the last 10 years? Is your bank another faceless branch with headquarters in another city? Are you tired of earning next to nothing on your savings account or certificates of deposit, or does your personal banker treat you like a stranger? If you answered yes to any of those questions, then you're ready for a new banking experience, and American Eagle is the place for you. American Eagle is a locally owned independent bank that's rooted in the community, and American Eagle customers are greeted by name and treated with the respect that they deserve. American Eagle has an innovative program, Eagle Savings, that teaches your children to save while earning prizes and rewards. American Eagle offers great rates on certificates of deposit. My bank is located in South Elgin on Randall Road between the Target and Caputo's and is open Monday through Saturday. Give them a call at 847-742-7400 and a real person will answer the phone. American Eagle Bank, a place where you matter.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. This afternoon, sunny with a high near 52. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 34. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high near 53. Temperatures falling to around 51 in the afternoon. Looking ahead to Sunday, mostly sunny with a high near 59. Currently, it is 51 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
We know exactly what you're not thinking about right now. Wiper blades. But now that you are, take a moment to think about how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America. Why? Because Rain-X thinks about wiper blades all the time. We obsess, so you don't have to. Simply install our blades and then think about literally anything else. So choose Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blades, and then go back to not thinking about wiper blades. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
I think I need to get to the workshop.
Dad? Where did you go? Dad? Dad? Daddy? Where'd you go? Are you in here? Dad? 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 Where are you?
Those of you listening to us on the radio, we have the YouTube clip going right now, which is from the movie Forget Me Not.
Dad?
And we'll be explaining it in just a little bit with Mr. Harris.
What's happening? Daddy!
And there we go. So give us a little bit of a backdrop on it. Again, everybody, we're back, WRMN, Dino's Night Out. A little bit more of a serious topic today, but we have Dan Karras in studio, and he is the actual actor that you were seeing, those of you that were watching the YouTube. It's from Forget Me Not. That's the name of the movie. So go ahead, Dan. Give us what the scene was.
That was the scene. She keeps calling me Dad and Daddy, but she's actually my daughter-in-law. But because of the close-knit family that we were trying to portray, we made her almost like our daughter. So this is how things can happen with someone with Alzheimer's. All you have to do is leave them for a minute. She just went into the kitchen to do some dishes, and she looks out, and I'm not there. And
Okay, so when you say we placed her as your daughter,
yeah.
just call it, because you're saying you have to live in their reality. Is that what you're talking about in that piece? Or are you just saying
No,
backdrop of the film?
In the film,
Oh, okay.
we wanted the close knit. So she's used to calling me Dad, Daddy all the time.
Right.
And, in the film, she's married to my son.
Okay.
So that we're trying to just bring that
get
closeness
you.
together in the movie itself.
No, that's fine. But you had brought something up, though, during the break that I think is very important, and it could piece even some of the clip together. When you're dealing with somebody with Alzheimer's, you're saying that it's don't control it, roll with it in a sense, and you have to live in their reality was the words that you said.
Right.
Is that correct?
If someone is, your person is talking about peanut butter and jelly sandwich and they're putting mustard and ketchup or something, you don't correct them. Say, oh, well, I'm not sure if that's going to taste very good or not, but confrontation does nothing but make a situation worse. In some cases, you try to deflect from somebody. You don't try to change their mind, you just deflect them to something else. Let's say they're maybe playing with scissors, they're using scissors or a knife, and you don't really want them to. If it's a safety factor, yeah, you have to take it away. But if they're just playing with it, whatever, say, oh, you know what? Why don't we go?
You don't just snatch it out of their hands.
Right.
You want to gracefully say, hey, listen, you know what? We'll cut up that stuff later. Let's just put the knife over here, and now put the knife
That's
away
right.
from them.
I need you to help me with the milk.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's real important to understand because each case is different from what all my research and all the things that we were taught from the Alzheimer's Foundation, that every case is different. Some people are combative. Some people revert to a very young age. Some people are just so complacent, and some people just don't care about nothing. The idea is you need to still keep them involved and make what they have to say important, am I right on that? It's,
oh, yeah.
You have to have them engaged so that, and again, engage on their level on kind of what they're doing. Not to always tell, you said peanut butter and jelly and you got mustard and ketchup. Well, what's wrong with you? That's not going to help.
That does not do anything.
I got you.
And kind of bringing that point in keeping them involved, one of the things that they have shown anyway recently is to keep the patient involved in things. Don't ignore them. Don't have them sit in the sofa and do nothing, whatever. Try to keep them involved, whether it's with family, whether it's, maybe playing a game. Maybe they don't know what the rules of the game is and they do something that's completely out of the ordinary. Let it go. But you're keeping them interacting and that seems to be a help to delay the disease somewhat.
Excellent. And again, just to repeat for those of you just joining, Dan was a part of Love's Last Dance, and he felt it was a short, and it just wasn't enough. So that's why they came up with Forget Me Not, and it's you could go on to your website here, if you'll raise that again, please, and it's fmnfilm.com. You'll want to check it out. It's a great little story. Dan has told us a lot about it. But it's funny how, again, his motivation to go and make this bigger than what it was once you have the awareness, you want to get that message out there. It's like, wow, that's like, this is so many people that I know. And the more people that know about it and treat it more like, what it is, the Alzheimer's is a very serious thing. It doesn't have to be all tighten it and you can't joke about it, but recognizing it early, there's a lot of the early signs, forgetting where the keys are at is one big one that they talk about, making mistakes on the finances. All of a sudden you had a guy that always took care of our gal that was doing all the finances in the house, and all of a sudden the electric got shut off. Well, how come the electric got shut off? You're sitting there in the dark. Oh, I thought I paid that bill. So there's little things that could be telling you, what's happening. A lot of times, recalling, where you've been, even maybe 20 minutes ago, you just got back from a restaurant and you're talking about, hey, well, maybe we'll go get a bite to eat. Well, you just went. So you have to recognize what your partner is saying so that you get the early signs, and maybe they can be tested. And as far as, what is out there to give as far as a therapy or a medicine, I don't know that they have any type of cure per se, but I know they have things that slow things down.
The key tagline that the Alzheimer's groups use is, we're still waiting to have the first survivor.
Nice.
And unfortunately, Alzheimer's is a death sentence. In some cases, it may be 2 years, it may be 3 years. I watched a documentary, one of the many videos I watched, and this person was in the UK, and the husband wound up with it. And I don't think when he started this documentary that he realized it was going to be 9 years before the husband passed away. So again, it's like that spectrum, like with autism, it can be any number of
Be a little
different
bit,
things.
or it could be huge.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's very interesting. You got to check out the movie. I think it'd be worth your time, but more about what it represents.
But before we go on, it is being used as a fundraiser.
And there you go.
So you can rent it for $3, and because we have to pay all the fees for storage and streaming and all the other things involved in it, $2 of that will go directly to Alzheimer's, one of the chapters.
Excellent. And once the bills are caught up, I'm sure to put all of it toward it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to pay for production. Everything costs money.
Well, that was
and that's off of this website here. And we're going to do the website one more time, fmnfilm.com. So let's utilize this as the fundraiser that it is. It's only $3 for you to view this, to view the clip. Check it out. You're going to enjoy it. The parts of it that I saw, I enjoyed it. I had a problem with it failed. I tried to pay the money. It flipped over, it accepted it, and then it stopped. So we're getting to the bottom of it. I saw it here when Dan came in. I saw a lot of pieces of it, and I tell you what, it's very, very good. But,
I wonder if you got part of that outage that happened with, was it 8? I'm not going to say
with
who
Facebook
it was.
and everyone, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when you gave it to me, that's when I went right on and tried to find out. And we've been talking for a week and a half now.
Okay.
But, you're an actor, and that's pretty cool. And, you got your start as Hollywood. Everybody knows you as Hollywood. Dan Hollywood Karras. And, your start came from the Chicago PD, Chicago FD as an extra. And tell us about that big dynamic softball game you were playing.
Okay, so I was, like I said, I think I had 2 episodes of fire and 1 episode of PD.
So were you on the fire side or PD side at this movie? When you
I was just in between. I forgot.
Oh, okay. That's all right.
I'm in character.
We're going to
I
get you
forgot.
tested too, Dan. Don't worry. You're on the list.
That's right. And I did 3 episodes. We had, I've been playing softball for 30, 40 years, whatever it's been. And we were in the World Championship tournament in Vegas. And I told my team about being an extra. Oh, hey, that's cool. You're on TV and yaddy, yaddy, yaddy. And I says, well, yeah, it's kind of cool. Well, we're in a semi-championship game, and a guy hits a line drive between, I'm playing left center, between me and our right center fielder. I know he doesn't get it. If I don't get it, it rolls to the fence, inside the park, home run. They take the lead, and who knows how many more runs they score. I'm 18 inches horizontal, just like you see in the major leagues, at 60, whatever I was. Make this diving catch. I get back to the dugout and tell and I go up to our second baseman. He goes, "That's a real Hollywood catch, Mr. Hollywood."
That's how you got the Hollywood.
I'm going, hey,
name.
wait, that's I get nicknames from a lot of people, and Hollywood is the nicest one I know, so I'm sticking with that one.
That's pretty slick. All over a catch.
That's right.
Now,
And
did the film people see that catch or what?
no, unfortunately.
Okay.
But I have become an easy gift for my kids, my wife, anything if it says Hollywood on it.
There's your gift,
I get it.
Mr. Hollywood. Are you enjoying the acting career as far as the?
If I knew
with the
more
PD?
what I was doing, it would probably be easier. But I've been able to work with so many talented people. And somebody once said, if you do acting, make sure to get with people that are better than you.
Yeah, it's like a sport, sure.
Because people are going to pay more attention to them than they will you. So it kind of helps take care of your mistakes, but you also get to learn so much more. I want to give a shout out to Jenny Wardock. She was my wife. And if anybody watches the movie and does not fall in love with her, there's something seriously wrong with them. She was just such an outstanding addition to the cast that after doing a few scenes with her and all, I says, you're going to be the one that sells this movie. I mean, she's just that talented.
And she's been acting for some time?
Longer than I have.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's all right.
But no, everybody that was chosen for the film, like I said, had experience with Alzheimer's. And it started off as a passion project. Nobody took any money to do it. They were thrilled to be able to try to pass the message along. And that's why we're renting it out for $3 instead of $10 or whatever, because we wanted to make it available to just about anybody. I mean, that's what, a cup of coffee anymore.
Yeah, basically.
So
You can't even get a Starbucks for $3, can you, Matt? You get that Starbucks. Your macchiatos and all the other crazy
It's gone
things.
up to almost
be.
$6 now.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
ridiculous.
So
but
watch
that's
the
what it
movie
is.
twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Pay the money to pay the money to the organization instead of have a coffee for that day. You know, and like you said, another name you mentioned, which is Loretta Smith, she's the one that really gave you your first.
Loretta, yeah.
Loretta, I apologize.
Right.
So Loretta Smith, she's the one that helped you with that short film.
Well, I had never been in front of a camera didn't like getting up in front of a class. I had a speech class, which was theater, speech, whatever. It was one of those required classes that you had to take, humanities, whatever it's called. Mm-hmm. And I had to get up in front of the class and do whatever it was. It was the scariest probably 30 seconds, because after 30 seconds, I just sat down and went back and took a D or whatever it was. And I didn't have a clue. I was in a couple of college student ones, but these were like 5 or 7 minute shorts. So there's not too much time you can have to screw up. Plus, I was not the lead actor. I was just, helping out. Mm-hmm. And when Loretta asked, cast me in this, I go, why? I'm thinking, what am I getting myself into? But she was so patient, and I think just she gave me so much without hey, you dummy, what's wrong with you? Why'd you do that? She says, let's try to do this.
Yeah, she encouraged you to do
Yeah, absolutely.
something different.
And almost 6 years later, now we're publishing a movie that hopefully is going to, affect people nationwide.
Exactly. And in this type of movie, when you're talking Alzheimer's and, you want to get a message out, I couldn't think of a better topic to get more awareness to. Because a lot of people, like you say, they miss the signs. The signs are there. Pay attention to them. If you're talking, you're talking with your family member and you're sitting with your family members and they're having a hard time recalling their names of the different people they're talking with, there's something there. You have to at least research it.
One of the suggestions that I was reading just the other day, one of the things you can do to help is when you come into a room, let's say you're the one with Alzheimer's, and, oh, Dino, hey, Dan, how you doing? You give them your name.
Yeah.
And that might help bridge things.
Triggers things.
You try to
right
make
way.
things, it's almost like you're talking or treating a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
You can't expect them to have an adult mind at a certain time during the disease. And you have to treat it like that. That's another thing. But you were mentioning, check out the symptoms or the actions and all. One of the things I found out, and we were talking about this during a break, that if there's a big change in character, you have a mild-mannered person that's just the most level person in the world, and then they go ballistic over the smallest things.
Right.
That could be an indication that something's more serious than just old age.
Yeah. It's, the other part too is you have to have the uncomfortable conversation. It's nothing's comfortable to talk to your mother or father or your spouse, whoever it may be, and discuss with them that, look, you may not see yourself, but this is going on. Is something going on? Are you feeling what we're seeing? You have to be upfront with them. You're not supposed to just placate them and go with every flow, not going against your story like with the peanut butter and jelly and the tomato and ketchup and mustard. There's a way to get out of
Right.
little mistakes like that. That's not placating somebody.
It's called deflection.
Right. And being straight with the person and letting them know that, look, maybe we got to look at this. Maybe we need to do some exercises. And, a lot of credit goes to, they were saying, like those word find books, buy the big letter word finds. Buy them for whoever may be afflicted with them. It keeps their mind active. Make extra efforts to, if it's your spouse, put them in the car, take a ride in the car. Try to go to all those different special places that you used to have. Keep those memories at least warm so that they could be, ignited again, if that be the case. But it's difficult. It's difficult. We always expect that everything's going to be the same. Nothing bad's ever going to happen. We're just going to grow old and, things are going to be good. Oh, no.
Unfortunately, it doesn't turn out that way.
It certainly doesn't happen that way for everybody. And, I really, again, I give you a lot of credit and a lot of applause for, your big name Hollywood. I get it. But the fact that you do a little short and then you realize, wow, this Alzheimer's thing is real. How can I be a part to help it? And that goes for really anything.
And I want to give the same credit to the rest of the team because they were willing to put up with my inadequacies when it comes to doing a movie. The first time I had ever attempted a feature-length film. And I made a lot of mistakes that they were able to help correct. So I have to give all the credit to Dre and Derek and Mike and Jenny especially, MJ, our floor manager. I mean, it was a team that worked together very well. We had this wonderful chemistry, and I think part of that was each of us had
you said they had exposure and experience to Alzheimer's.
To the same thing, so we had a common thread.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that was the glue that held you together,
Right.
or what brought you together, you know.
And when people
And your
watch,
passion is what made
when
you
people watch the
do
movie,
this.
I think they'll get that clue that we did have chemistry, and getting the word out was, you know, I think it came more naturally, or organic, I think is the word, to us, just because we did have that common thread running amongst us.
Yeah, I very important. Just like with here at the radio station, you know, I'm able this time to sit next to you and talk to you. I got Matt running the board. And do we have another clip that we wanted to play?
Yeah, we do. Here, let me
Let's
get
throw
that
one
for
more
you.
clip out here. But, you know, there's a whole lot more that's behind the scenes that is up front as an actor. Would you not say?
I learned that becoming not only an actor, which, like I said before, I'm glad I was no longer the lead, and actually producing it. There are so many different things, you know, editing and color correcting and
Right.
sound, and, you know, all these things have to be put together to make a completed film. And any actor who doesn't appreciate that and says, well, you know what, I think I should do this. You're the actor. There's a director.
Yeah. Everybody has a spot.
That's right.
Stay in your lane.
There you go.
Right?
Yes,
Just stay in your lane,
absolutely.
do what you have to do. You know, I mean, this has been really enlightening. I more like your passion for, and your whole crew that has this passion for wanting to work toward an Alzheimer's, we'll call it hopeful cure. And what was the quote that you said on the cure? You're still looking for the first survivor of Alzheimer's?
Yes, unfortunately, the tagline that I've heard a number of times through the different organizations and all is, we're looking for our first survivor.
Yeah, we didn't have our first survivor. Very nice. But you brought a lot up to us, and I appreciate that. Is there any last minute things that you want to make sure let's get out that website one more time. Website, everybody, FMN Film, FMNfilm.com. So, I mean, check out the film. You're talking $3 for cray. We all got $3 in our pocket. You want to watch the film? Come on over here to the station. I'll give you the
You plug it
$3. I'll pay you the $3. If
Well,
someone
one of
wants
the
to watch
things
movie.
that we wanted to bring out is those people who are dealing with it now, we want them to know they're not alone. There are organizations like ALZ.org that they can go to. And some of the things that are in the movie, I think they'll be able to relate to, because nearly all the scenes were from true life situations that one of the team or the other experienced.
And it makes it easier. Very good. Well, listen, Dan, appreciate it very much.
Well, sure.
Great topic. Thank you for coming on today.
I appreciate the time.
And we're going to get you back on. In fact, if I don't see our next guest coming up soon, we just may corral you out of the green room again and try and get you to talk a little more. But you're listening to Dino's Night Out right over here, WRMN 1410. The topic today was about Alzheimer's. Dan Karras, Hollywood Dan Karras. Be back in a bit.
It's what we were taught, trained, and told to do.
It could be for anything. Helping a friend move.
Listening to a fellow veteran for hours, at any hour of the day.
Or just simply making time for people. A neighbor, a loved one, or even a stranger.
We're often the first to help others. There's no question about it.
But we do have one question for the veterans listening.
When was the last time you reached out for help?
Perhaps it's time to do for yourself what you would do for others.
If you or someone you know needs resources, whether it's for stress, finances, employment, or mental health, don't wait. Reach out.
Find more information at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 3 o'clock.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Rain X, America's #1 wiper blade. Naperville District 203 board member Melissa Kelly Black has been censured for the second time in 10 months after allegedly sharing confidential information about contract negotiations on social media. The board voted 6-1 to approve the censure, with Black casting the sole dissenting vote. The resolution accuses her of undermining negotiations with the Naperville Unit Education Association through Facebook posts that included details from closed sessions and critical remarks about fellow board members. Despite the ongoing government shutdown, the Agriculture Department will reopen about 2,100 county offices to help farmers and ranchers access $3 billion in aid. Each office will be staffed by 2 paid employees to assist with farm loans, crop insurance, and disaster relief, reflecting President Trump's efforts to maintain support among rural communities. Oswego police released an updated timeline of 2 stabbing attacks at a Chick-fil-A that left 1 man dead and another seriously injured early Wednesday morning. Surveillance footage shows the suspect broke into the restaurant on Route 34 around 3:10 a.m. and fatally stabbed a delivery driver inside. Nearly 2 hours later, the same suspect attacked a maintenance worker outside, who, with the help of a witness, subdued the assailant until police arrived. Officers arrested the suspect, provided aid to the injured man, and confirmed the incident was isolated as the investigation into a motive continues. Downtown Elgin will transform into an apocalyptic battleground for Nightmare on Chicago Street on Saturday. Aliens and zombies invade the city for a night of cosmic chaos and immersive horror. The event runs from 6 to 11 p.m. with early entry at 5 p.m. for ZDI all-access pass holders and features themed pop-up bars, live music, and terrifying street experiences. Festivities kick off Friday night with Friday Night Frights, offering sideshows, live performances, and family-friendly entertainment across downtown. Tickets start at $35 with upgraded passes, unlocking early access, VIP perks, and entry to exclusive horror-themed bars. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
Think about it. You take thousands of steps every day. Shouldn't every single one of them feel amazing? Well, with Arch Fit hands-free Skechers slip-ins, they can. Skechers teamed up with podiatrists to design a shoe that provides amazing arch support for all-day comfort. And best of all, you get all this comfort, stability, and support with the ease of Skechers slip-ins technology. Just slip them on. There's no bending down and no struggling to tie your shoes. Just step in and go. Try Arch Fit hands-free Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever comfortable footwear is sold.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Rain X, America's #1 wiper blade. Oswego police released an updated timeline of 2 stabbing attacks at a Chick-fil-A that left 1 man dead and another seriously injured early Wednesday morning. Surveillance footage shows the suspect broke into the restaurant on Route 34 around 3:10 a.m. and fatally stabbed a delivery driver inside. Nearly 2 hours later, the same suspect attacked a maintenance worker outside, who, with the help of a witness, subdued the assailant until police arrived. Officers arrested the suspect, provided aid to the injured man, and confirmed the incident was isolated as the investigation into a motive continues. Downtown Elgin will transform into an apocalyptic battleground for Nightmare on Chicago Street on Saturday. Aliens and zombies invade the city for a night of cosmic chaos and immersive horror. The event runs from 6 to 11 p.m. with early entry at 5 p.m. for ZDI all-access pass holders and features themed pop-up bars, live music, and terrifying...
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. This afternoon, sunny with a high near 52. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 34. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high near 53. Temperatures falling to around 51 in the afternoon. Looking ahead to Sunday, mostly sunny with a high near 59. Currently, it is 51 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
We know exactly what you're not thinking about right now. Wiper blades. But now that you are, take a moment to think about how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America. Why? Because Rain-X thinks about wiper blades all the time. We obsess, so you don't have to. Simply install our blades and then think about literally anything else. So choose Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blades, and then go back to not thinking about wiper blades. Rain-X. Outsmart.
The Live Like Rue Foundation is a 501c3 charitable organization that assists owners and their pets through a cancer diagnosis by providing financial and emotional support. In memory of a dog named Rue, the foundation helps local shelters and rescuers by sponsoring animals with cancer who do not yet have a forever home. Live Like Rue is a beacon of light during a dark time. For support for your pet or to donate or volunteer, please go to livelikeRue.org. Again, livelikeRue.org.
Ever tried balancing a dozen eggs in one hand while hopping on one foot? Or maybe juggling cats while riding the unicycle? Sounds ridiculous, right? But guess what? That's exactly what texting while driving is like. Your human brain only has the capacity to focus on one thing at a time. So when you're behind the wheel, give driving your undivided attention.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Dino's Night Out on WRMN. It's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now. It's Dino's Night Out on WRMN 1410. On WRMN, it's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now. It's Dino's Night Out on WRMN 1410.
Hey, and we are back with the second hour of Dino's Night Out right here. 1410, WRMN, 1410 AM on Studio 14, which is right on Douglas. A lot of activity going on here because they have the Nightmare on State Street.
Chicago Street.
Nightmare on Chicago Street. I have never gotten
Chicago
it right.
Street.
Yeah, I never got it right. I don't know why. I got it on State, but I don't care. It's going to be quite a festival. I mean, they got quite a thing planned here. Folks, if you've never attended it, it's really something. And I only saw it from the front of our station last year because we were doing a live broadcast of which we're going to do again. And it starts at, I think, 5:30 or 6, early admission.
5 o'clock.
Yeah. And there's a lot of cool things going on. If you haven't ever experienced it, you're going to want to come on down and check it out. So it's Nightmare on Chicago Street. Got it. Matt threw something at me. You know, we've been enjoying a nice conversation. We got Dan Karras in the studio, the gentleman to my left, or could be right if you're watching on the screen. And Dan's been bringing up a very important topic that's really not a laughing matter, but could be done in a more delicate way, could be done in a lighthearted way as well. We're talking about Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's afflicts thousands of people on a yearly basis.
7 million in the country.
7 million in the country.
And counting, unfortunately.
Okay. And it was the ranked seventh as far as death rate. So its that number could have gone up, but that was the last time checked by Dan with all his research. And, you know, Dan started this with a little short. He did a small film short, and it was called Last Dance, Love's Last Dance. And it was turned into the people that were there that were helping him film that they had touch with people with Alzheimer's in some way or another, whether it be a family member or a friend. And then, Dan wanted to expand this and got the support of the whole crew, which, he listed quite a few people that are involved in this project. And right here, the website, it's fmnfilm.com. You'll want to go to it because really this is like a fundraiser. It's not just we're talking about Hollywood over here, which is his neat nickname that they gave him. And we talked about it, but I'll recap how he's got that cool name. But this is a fundraiser to help the Alzheimer's organization and those that are afflicted with the Alzheimer's disease is really what it is. So we encourage you to go to that website and please check it out, fmnfilm.com. Pretty good. I remembered that.
Absolutely.
Just so you know, it was in my head. And yeah, really, we joke about a few things, and we talk about Dan being in left field, and a lot of times they say I'm in left field, and sometimes people say, "Oh yeah, that's old Joe. He's out in left field out there." Well, old Joe could be going through an Alzheimer's thing, and we don't know it. Don't miss the signs. Have that discussion, have that serious talk with them, the uncomfortable talk, but have it. And then, once you've identified what it is, there is help that's out there. And the Alzheimer's organization, what's their website?
ALZ.org.
ALZ.org. You could certainly contact them, and, you get all the resources that you need.
Yeah,
so between the two,
for those who didn't hear the first hour, they do have a plethora of information. They have hints and tips, and they even have an 800 number you could call to get help. In Illinois, I think there's 3 separate chapters, one Chicago and the other 2 are in the suburbs.
Right.
So that there is help there. You don't have to face it alone. And that to see the wear and tear on individuals who are the caretakers, as serious as the disease is, obviously, they're still looking for the first survivor. As serious it is for them, it takes such a toll on the caretakers. And splitting that job off, with someone else, or getting in touch, like I said, with ALZ.org, they can give all kinds of tips on how to take some of the wear and tear off of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of times people don't realize the strain that is on the caretaker is very, very difficult because you're day in, day out dealing with this. Sadly, or maybe not sadly, fortunately for the patient, they don't know there's a problem. They don't feel that there's a problem. And, it is, you don't want to call it burdensome if it's a loved one of yours, but it's challenging to say the very least.
It's
right?
Like we said earlier, it's like taking care of a 2-year-old. You can't leave them for too long before they can either get injured or break something, or 2-year-olds have a habit, that's why they call it the terrible twos.
Yeah.
And that's basically, even if somebody is 75, they are no longer able to do anything more mentally than a 2-year-old.
Yeah. And how difficult that has to be. I never had to take my father's keys away or my mother's because they lived out in Arizona. Lori handled all of that with my other brother, Ron. But how difficult that has to be to look your loved one in the eye and say, you can't drive no more. Or I got to have your keys. You're doing it for their safety, and you're doing it for the safety of others. And we talked about the other piece that, if someone's got this knife in their hand and they're doing some, could be very dangerous things, gingerly talk them down of it. And then eventually you just kind of keep those knives out of the way, out of, grabbing distance.
Well, you're talking about not driving anymore. I'll give you an example of what happened to my aunt. And this was definitely a clue that there was something seriously wrong. She lived in Aurora, Illinois, and Bob, who's her brother, got a call at like 4 o'clock in the morning from the Michigan City, Indiana police.
Right.
Now, you have to remember, 4 o'clock in the morning. That's important. They got in touch with Bob. She had him as a contact number. And they said, we just found Charlene. She was driving the wrong way on one of our streets.
Oh, God.
And they said, we know there's a situation here because when we asked her what she was doing, she told us point blank, I'm here to do my banking. It's 4 o'clock in the morning in a different state. there's something seriously wrong. And from that point on, they obviously had to take the keys away.
Yeah.
We have a situation like that in our movie, but instead of taking the keys away, we've got a scene where I want to go somewhere. It's time to go to the ball game. Where's the keys? Oh, Mike borrowed the car last week. So that deflects it, and instead of having an agitation or a disagreement about it, oh, and then she says, well, hey, there's a ball game on. We could go watch the ball game. Oh, okay. So this is one of the tools that people can use to make it less stressful for everybody.
And a lot of people sometimes confuse dementia and Alzheimer's. And, you know, there is a difference. And although they share a lot of the characteristics, you know, there is a difference between
Alzheimer's is a particular form of dementia. You have frontal lobe, you've got, there's like 3 or 4 others, but the last I saw, Alzheimer's is about 80% of all the cases. So you could have brain damage, which would cause you to have the same, you know, dementia situations, or a brain bleed, whatever it may be, which could lead to that. But Alzheimer's is in itself, you know, different. Kind of like the difference between a mosquito bite and a cold.
Yeah.
You know.
I got you. Yeah, but again, Alzheimer's is more of a gradual, you know, situation, and that's why the warning signs are most important. You want to make sure that you're able to get under it, get in front of it rather, and make sure that you can get some type of help.
Well, we were talking about, you know, taking things kind of, you know, trying to get a chuckle once in a while. I found when you get into the acting thing, and I was with the Alzheimer's patient, and the others were going into the same kind of depressive state because we're doing these scenes.
Mm-hmm.
And we could understand those who have to go through it. Obviously, when you're playing a part, it's not nearly as drastic as, you know, living through it. Plus, we could go to normal lifetime after our shoot. But we had to do a little bit of comedic relief once in a while. And Matt, I think you've got a clip.
Mm-hmm.
Camera 2 rolling. All right, Forget Me Not, scene between the husband and wife. Take 2 and action.
Now, I purposely made Jenny laugh like that. We're in the middle of, we're not in the middle of shooting the scene, but you heard the director, Dre was directing it. You know, hey, action. She went right into character. We went into the scene, and just, it was outstanding how good she was. I mean, I didn't think we were going to recover when she turned around and was just laughing, but she turned back around, faced, and we did the scene. So that's how we dealt with, you know, such a depressing situation.
Well, you have to have an outlet to it all. I mean, no matter what it is, what you're dealing with, you know, you talk about the caregivers, you talk about that. There has to be an outlet. It can't always be business. Business is important, and believe me, all of it's very, very important, and no one's taken lightly. But that little bit of humor, that little bit of, hey, it's going to be okay, you know, that's what gets you through it. You know, you're so focused on something sometimes you're not able to see it. You know, the old, you can't see the forest through the trees, and it's the same situation here. You know, in my opinion, is what you're kind of explaining. But you have to take that second. How many different times, like when I do the clips to let everybody know what's going to be on the show, Matt will be the guy on the camera for me, and I'm, yes, son of a, you know, whatever I say, and then okay, let me start this again. And then, you know, he'll say something funny and we start laughing. And then it's like, okay, I'm going to get this. Boom. And then you get it on one take right away. And it's what you wanted from the beginning. But you needed that little bit of, okay, let's get it out of me. You get the giggles sometimes. I mean, how many different times I couldn't stop laughing just to get the little, you know, 15-second, 20-second promo out. But, you reel yourself back in, and we're by far actors. I would know the first thing about, being an actor. You seem to have a handle on that. You're Mr. Hollywood.
Well,
For
yeah,
fancy
I
catches
try.
and for your acting skills.
One of the things we didn't get to yet, we were talking about Alzheimer's being a spectrum, but the same thing actually happens with families. If you have the wife is the only person to taking care of this is 24/7, 365 days a week. How do you deal with that? Well, it's almost, I can't say it's mandatory, but it certainly is a lot easier if you can find somebody else that can help relieve you. We're working with a TV station in Richmond. We're looking at raising funds for, it's not a halfway house. It's a place where you can take a loved one who has it and put them into this care facility for a couple of hours. You can do your grocery shopping or whatever. And those are the kind of programs that are out there. And people, if they know how to look, and again, that's, the alz.org, they can help with that.
Yeah. And you want to have someone that's versed in what
absolutely.
your loved one's going
Right.
through, because you could get, your insurance will pay for support of a family member, to get that. A lot of your townships will have programs like, what's the one? Elk Grove Village had it. Anyhow, they send, it's an organization, non-for-profit organization, that will send someone to the house to help do some light cleaning, even some grocery shopping for those that even live on their own. But you want to make sure that you have someone that's going to be with your loved one that's versed in the Alzheimer's.
That knows what's going on.
Because it's not just, okay, you're going and doing my shopping and doing some light cleaning. You're in leaving charge of your loved one with somebody, and they need to know what the circumstances are, so nothing can take the wrong course. So yeah, it's important that you get the right people, and you can get all this stuff. All this information is out there. alz.org. There's just a plethora of information out there. Matt's got, I think, even a website pulled up, the fmnfilm.com. I'm going to keep saying that because, again, it's fmnfilm.com. You want to click onto that. For only $3, you're going to help in the research for the Alzheimer's disease. And the number's going up. I mean, it's 7 million. The number is going up. It's not going down. The cute little, the catchphrase that they say is, still waiting to have the first survivor from the Alzheimer's. And I think that's very important.
I almost forgot there's one thing we haven't discussed about. This is not just an aged person who gets it. I was just looking at one where the wife was 39 and was diagnosed at 39. There are a lot of people who do start it in their 50s.
Yeah.
So it's not something that, oh, well, Uncle Harry, he's only 55. He can't possibly have it. This is just an old person's disease. That's not true anymore. That it can be somebody much younger than that. Like I said, the one that was 39. So that's another thing that people can be wary of.
Well, by bringing the awareness, which is, again, why we invited you here today, bringing the awareness of Alzheimer's lets people know. If this is the first time you ever heard that a younger person could get this disease as well, it's out there.
We did our job.
Yeah, you absolutely did. Absolutely did. And you go to those websites, I'm telling you, if you're looking for just general information and help, that's alz.org. Let's support this fundraiser. It's a great opportunity to help do your part. You never know. You could be afflicted with it. That's fmnfilm.com. So make sure you click onto that. $3.
Just one more. For $3, people will be able to see, and I've talked about Jenny before, if someone watches that movie and does not fall in love with Jenny, there's something wrong. She was just so fantastic in that movie.
Yeah, working with quality actors. And again, you keep bringing up the fact that everybody that was on set or had a part of the set, in front of the camera and the back of the camera, they've all had a understanding of what Alzheimer's is.
We've all had the experience.
And once you have that appetite and understanding, you get it, okay? And that's why I applaud you again. I keep saying it, Dan, for you to turn something in as small as your 30-minute film to want to make something bigger and better, and not only just a film to be on screen. You have your opportunity with that Chicago Police and Chicago Fire. You're already you're on camera there. You're a star. Your softball games, you're already a star, Mr. Hollywood. But by doing something like this, you're a bigger star than anybody on those screens. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Well,
it's a hero to do this.
I'm going to correct you just a little bit. Jenny is a much better actor than
you know what? She's a part of the team.
She's part of the team, yes.
There's no one person that's better than the other if you can go on the team.
I'm just a small portion of the team.
But you know what? You're getting the message out there.
That's right.
And this message is on our YouTube. It's going to be published under Dino's Night Out. Please take the time to go to it. We're a little more serious about this, but again, you don't want to make it so serious that you don't recognize it, that you don't address it. You want to make sure that you address this. And, in my household, everything is done with humor. So, that's how I'm going to bring it up if it ever happens. And hopefully I'm not the one that ends up with the Alzheimer's. I mean, I hope I could be the support person rather than the person being supported. But, I'll never know. I do want to find out, though, Dan. I'm going to push you on that.
Okay.
Off the camera. I want to find out that piece, and I think it's important. Like I said, the person feels trapped, and they don't have any clear indication whether that's the case because they see the brain activity. Man, it was a really interesting thing. I mean, because they talked about it, just like with the amyloid plaque and all the different things that adhere to the brain. It was just so deep. And like I said, I think I know what happened. I got so emotional watching it. I was like, oh, my God. I lost the website on it. And I'm going to check it out. I'm going to have to do some research. But between me and you, I think we could find the answer to that question. And when we have you come back on the show again, maybe we could talk more about that. But, folks, again, the only purpose of our show today is to bring up the awareness of Alzheimer's. We have all these other diseases that people are aware of. We have cancer of this, cancer of that. This is something that sometimes people overlook.
It's the silent disease. Yeah. Nobody talks about it.
Nobody wants to address it. And I think it needs to be addressed. Don't miss the signs. If someone's acting differently, someone that's close to you, it's not just that old, crazy Ed. It could be signs. It could be a symptom. Make sure that you address it. Go and watch that film. Spend that $3. You're going to help so many people by supporting this film, and it's fmnfilm.com. You have any other type of questions, you're going to the alz.org. All great organizations. Dan, I again thank you so much for coming on with us. We're going to be taking a break here in just a few moments, and you may end up staying with us again for another half hour, if you don't mind sticking with us.
Well,
I think because of the traffic configuration, our guest that was coming here
probably can't find his way in.
Well, I forgot to tell him that Nightmare on Chicago Street
is a nightmare.
That's 3 times in a row.
Got it.
Those of you playing the home game, I got that 3 times without messing it up.
It's a nightmare getting here.
Yes,
that's
it
for
is.
Sure.
They do have all the streets blocked. They did do a good job communicating it, but who takes time to read which street closures are going to be?
Something like that.
You're so used to going your regular path. And that's what it is. Hey, you've been listening right here at WRMN 1410. A little more serious topic today. We're talking about Alzheimer's. We have in here from VIP Productions, Dan Karras, who's also the CEO of this organization. Dan Karras is the lead actor, plays the individual that was afflicted.
I'm just a part actor.
One of the part actors.
Jenny is the lead actor.
Jenny is the lead actor. I apologize. But you're all actors in one thing.
That's true.
Yeah, so we're all team. You're all part of that team. And it's a great little thing. It's a fundraiser, fmnfilm.com. Spend the $3, will you please? It's nothing. And the people you're going to help and save, I think it's well worth the money. You're listening to WRMN 1410, Dino's Night Out. We'll be back after these short messages.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Rain X, America's #1 wiper blade. Oswego police released an updated timeline of 2 stabbing attacks at a Chick-fil-A that left 1 man dead and another seriously injured early Wednesday morning. Surveillance footage shows the suspect broke into the restaurant on Route 34 around 3:10 a.m. and fatally stabbed a delivery driver inside. Nearly 2 hours later, the same suspect attacked a maintenance worker outside who, with the help of a witness, subdued the assailant until police arrived. Officers arrested the suspect, provided aid to the injured man, and confirmed the incident was isolated as the investigation into a motive continues. Downtown Elgin will transform into an apocalyptic battleground for Nightmare on Chicago Street on Saturday. Aliens and zombies invade the city for a night of cosmic chaos and immersive horror. The event runs from 6 to 11 p.m. with early entry at 5 p.m. for ZDI All Access Pass holders and features themed pop-up bars, live music, and terrifying street experiences. Festivities kick off Friday night with Friday Night Frights, offering sideshows, live performances, and family-friendly entertainment across downtown. Tickets start at $35 with upgraded passes, unlocking early access, VIP perks, and entry to exclusive horror-themed bars. Naperville District 203 board member Melissa Kelly Black has been censured for the second time in 10 months after allegedly sharing confidential information about contract negotiations on social media. The board voted 6-1 to approve the censure, with Black casting the sole dissenting vote. The resolution accuses her of undermining negotiations with the Naperville Unit Education Association through Facebook posts that included details from closed sessions and critical remarks about fellow board members. Despite the ongoing government shutdown, the Agriculture Department will reopen about 2,100 county offices to help farmers and ranchers access $3 billion in aid. Each office will be staffed by 2 paid employees to assist with farm loans, crop insurance, and disaster relief, reflecting President Trump's efforts to maintain support among rural communities. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to handle the busy holiday season, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
For nearly 50 years, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council and Kane Senior Council have been dedicated to serving seniors in DuPage and Kane counties. Established in 1975, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council is a volunteer-driven 501c3 non-for-profit organization committed to helping older adults live with dignity. From providing nutritious meals to offering support services, the Kane Senior Council is there every step of the way. With programs designed to enhance independence and quality of life, they're proud to make a difference in the lives of their senior neighbors. To learn more or to volunteer, visit them at 418B Airport Road in Elgin or head to their website at caneseniorcouncil.org. Give them a call at 630-338-0999. That's 630-338-0999. That's the Kane Senior Council, caring for seniors because they deserve to live with dignity and respect. Visit caneseniorcouncil.org or call 630-338-0999 today.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain X, America's #1 wiper blade. This afternoon, sunny with a high near 52. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 34. Looking ahead to the weekend, tomorrow will be mostly sunny with a high near 53, and temperatures falling to around 51 in the afternoon. Sunday, mostly sunny with a high near 59. Currently, it is 52 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
We know exactly what you're not thinking about right now. Wiper blades. But now that you are, take a moment to think about how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America. Why? Because Rain-X thinks about wiper blades all the time. We obsess, so you don't have to. Simply install our blades and then think about literally anything else. So choose Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blades. and then go back to not thinking about wiper blades. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
Dino's Night Out on WRMN. It's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now. It's Dino's Night Out on WRMN 1410. On WRMN, it's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now. It's Dino's Night Out on WRMN 1410.
Hey, and we are back to Dino's Night Out right here, WRMN 1410 in Studio 14. Our in-station guest today is Dan Karras. Dan Karras has had a lot to talk about today as far as the Alzheimer's situation, and we've covered, I think, a lot of good area. He's been a part of a group that he did a small little 30-minute film, and everybody that was there knew that there was more of a message that could come out. So they came up with a thing called Forget Me Not, and that's the name of the movie. And it's a great movie, and you can click onto it because it is part of a fundraiser so that we're not only bringing the awareness of the Alzheimer's, but we're also trying to raise some funds for a well-needed organization. So you go to fmnfilm.com, fmnfilm.com. See, he's not only an actor, but he knows how to do a little improv over here.
And promotion.
See, promotion and improv. It's important than just reading off. Anybody could read off of a script. You know, the talent comes in when you could just jump in and do something like that. But it's been great. I mean, we talked about, the Alzheimer's, really many things like the research and the accuracy in the film is there because every member in the cast, as well as behind the camera, had somebody in some which way or another that was afflicted with the Alzheimer's. So they had a real good awareness of what this all was. And, we didn't talk too much, which is what we can maybe. And one other thing, too, that I thought was very interesting to bring up, and I failed to do so, and Dan did. It's not, Alzheimer's is not an age disease. You could be 39 years old, and you could start developing Alzheimer's. So that's why it's important, even at a young age, even when someone's not their normal character, check it out. If someone's not their normal self, you want to have it checked out. I would want someone to do it for me. I would think you would want someone to do it for yourself as well. But what happens a lot of times is, and we talked about the one on television, Dan, where like the woman who's normally very nice and everything's going good, and now she's agitated because we're used to grab her arm and, hey, how you been? What's going on? And now she's pulling away and looking at you like with strange looks, like she doesn't even know you.
Because you're a threat to them.
You see? And then that's as the disease advances. You could speak a little bit some more on that, Dan?
The further along, and again, this is most of the research they know, because the brain is so complicated, I think a lot of it is kind of conjecture. They just aren't sure of what's actually going on. Otherwise, we'd have a cure by now. So it's such a complicated thing, and each and every one of the people who are affected by it, there's so much of a spectrum, so much of a difference between how it affects one person and another.
Right.
And treating
there's no playbook.
Yeah, there's
everything's different.
There you go. There's no playbook for it because they're all different. And again, like you mentioned, you can get it. Like I said, I think we discussed last half hour. There was a lady who got it when she was only 39. And one of the things we didn't bring up is I don't want to say preference, but the incidence of Alzheimer's is twice in females as it is in males, which is something I learned, doing the research. Now, some of that might be, I've been doing this for a few years, so things might have changed, but it happens twice as much with the females as it does males. And that's one of the things. The other thing we haven't talked about yet is hallucinations. Your loved one can be, and when I was in Love's Last Dance, Larita's father, who I was the character of, was always being attacked by bugs. And one of the scenes we did there is I'm picking these bugs off left and right, and my daughter.
That happens more in the advanced stages, you're saying?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
But again, every situation's going to be different. Maybe somebody that's not that advanced might be going through the same thing.
Yeah.
But my daughter comes in, what are you doing? And here's this bug. Well, she goes, oh, okay. Well, yeah, we have to take care of that. Instead of, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Now,
You don't want to shock them at the time.
Yeah.
But again, my research and my understanding is you don't put a skirt on a pig. You don't just avoid it. You have to bring it up.
Right.
But that may not be the proper time.
No.
You have to then wean into it and know of the incident. And then you circle back and say, well, listen, we got all those bugs off you. What were you feeling? You have to make it where it's so they can explain to you, because surely they don't know why they were feeling bugs crawling on them, or it's not natural. You don't, and there was no bugs crawling on them. So by identifying what it was, maybe it was something that she had drank or something she was watching on TV, or whomever it is, and that was the trigger. Identifying, I think, the triggers early on are very important as well, because, as we said, and you confirmed, no two cases are alike. There's no playbook. It's not, okay, he doesn't know where his keys are. Here's what you do for a checklist. It's not like that.
It's not like a cold or flu. Everybody who gets a cold gets the sniffles, has a stuffy nose. I mean, the symptoms are the same. Same thing with a flu. You get a headache, you get a muscle ache. Alzheimer's, you just don't know. It could be any one of those things, or it could be all of them.
Yeah.
And in different proportions.
The awareness, again, I keep saying it like, I give you accolades to the crew and you for what it is that you've done. You've got a great actress in there that played your daughter.
No, the great one is my wife, but the other ones who are my daughters,
okay, gotcha.
They're in a class all by themselves too.
Okay.
Speaking about that, I think we do have a
for me to
scene.
keep track of over here. It's my daughter, but it's not. But it's that. Dan, I don't know.
Well,
I hope I'm tracking and I'm not on your spectrum over here.
Well, I've been dealing with it for a year and a half, so I should know their names by now.
Okay.
But the next clip we have, this is what can happen to somebody. What do they do? Matt?
Just listening on the radio.
Remember when Grandma got me this? Still smells like her. Grandma, I really wish you were here. It's been really hard since you've been gone.
You're strong. I taught you to be strong.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do about Dad.
You're supposed to be there for your dad.
I can't do it all by myself.
You don't have to do it all by yourself. I'll be there with you every step of the way. I've taught you well.
I'm gonna try to make you proud.
You always make me proud.
Okay, Grandma. I know what to do. I love you.
Oh, I love you too, honey.
Yeah, that's pretty touching. That's given an inside view, obviously not hearing the voice, but you're when you're in that position, one can only imagine, you've done everything you can to make the person comfortable, make the person happy. You reach out, what do I do?
That's right.
And the good thing was, it appears, Grandma did talk to her ahead of time, and they did have the conversations. And even if it's just you get that feeling that I am doing the right thing, that affirmation that, okay, I got this. Yes,
Well,
that let it out.
Part of it is, the guilt part where, what do I do? What can I do? Maybe I should be doing more, whatever. And that's, again, one of the stages of the process that families will go through. Why didn't I do this? Why didn't we do that? And it's one of those things you can bear on that as much as you want, but that's not going to help the situation.
No.
You have to, remove the guilt from yourself somewhat so that you can go on and help the afflicted person. Or in this case, Nicole is helping out, going to go help out the rest of the family. What can I do? Okay, now I know. And again, it's part of the process.
And the key part is, again, those of you that are listening, if one person catches it, okay, one person catches it, you won't end up with this guilt, right? Who wants to wear the guilt that you didn't respond to what you were seeing, and you knew something was off and something wasn't right? That guilt is a terrible guilt that you're going to have to carry. So that's why by Ed, the character in the movie, which is portrayed by our guy over here, Dan Karras, we're bringing that out for you. We're bringing that out to let you know that make the observations. Look what's going on. Address what's happening. Get help. If you don't know, what it is that you're up against and you need more help, you go to ALZ.org. There's all the help, all the resources that you need. You want to get an idea of what's happening in real life, you watch this film. And this film, Forget Me Not, is a fundraiser as well. We've been talking about it, for the last 2 hours here. It's fmnfilms.com.
And let me do my job once again.
There you go. fmnfilm.com. It's a $3 ask. That's all we're asking for. It's a $3 ask. You'll learn about the Alzheimer's. All of the money at this case, in this particular case, 2/3 are going toward the Alzheimer's foundations. The rest is just to pay off the production fees. Once production fees are all paid, 100% is going to go to it. So the cast's heart is all in the right spot. The cast, I can't speak highly enough about them from what you told me, Dan. Thankfully or not thankfully, because of their touch with this Alzheimer's, be it whatever, family member, however they had the connection to this terrible disease, it has brought a group of people, a group of talented people together, actors and actresses, projectionists, the guys on the sound, your grip guy, everything together to put out a production like this. Name of that production, again, is Forget Me Not. You don't want to miss it. It's a great movie.
One of the things, I guess we didn't really go through what our goals were. And the first one was to make more people aware of the situation that they may be facing. The second is that you're not alone. People who get into this, I'm the only one, what do I do? Where there have been so many others who have gone through it and can help in that regard. You're not alone. There are others there. The third is that there is assistance out there that they can get to so that they're not alone, and So the burden doesn't completely fall on one person. If there's family involved, it certainly is a benefit. That's one of the things we discuss in the movie, that, well, we do everything as a family. And this is the thing, hopefully most families can come together. But doing the research I've done, I've found that there are instances, and this actually, when I did Love's Last Dance, my one daughter was taking care of me completely because my wife had already passed away, and the other daughter was too busy with her life to be bothered. Well, you hate to be that person that's too busy to be bothered. And hopefully, maybe this will help some families come together and say, well, we have to do it for dad or mom, whoever may be affected. Let's get together, and we may have our disagreements in politics or anything, whatever it is, but let's get together and work this out as a family.
It's the common goal. Just
That's
like
right.
you putting the film together was a common goal. And that's what we're talking about. And don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for the resources that are out there. If you are caring for an individual all by yourself, reach out. Reach out to any one of these organizations. I bet Dan would help you find somebody if you're trying to get some time to where you got to get a breather away from this. There are resources that are out there. Go to, again, we got the two you can go to. Obviously, the one with the
alz.org
is really your number one, and that's where I get most of my answers. For all these years with the different organizations and with the Italian American organization, it was alz.org that we got everything we needed. They got materials, early signs, the difference between the dementia and the difference between true Alzheimer's. A lot's got to do with that the amyloid, the plaques that go onto your brain. So that's why sometimes there is medications that are out there that may be able to slow things down and give relief to the brain, but it's inevitable. The Alzheimer is going to win. And knowing about it, making your loved one comfortable, being active, doing this as a team, because this is another affliction that takes the whole family in order to get through it. You're not going to do this on your own. You can't shoulder this all by yourself. It's way bigger than you. So reach out.
And one of the things we did discuss earlier in the first hour is having the afflicted person involve them and keep them as active as possible, whether it's playing checkers or whether it's doing word finds, whatever they may enjoy doing, even playing bingo, having them involved in discussions with the family, because unfortunately with mental illness, a lot of people think of it as a slight to the family.
Yeah.
And the person is shuffled to the back. Nobody wants to admit that it happened to their family. It's a black mark on the family. And you can't treat it that way and help the person at the same time. You have to consider the life of the afflicted person as a family. And that's where, like I'd mentioned before, this should be a unifying situation for families who have disagreements, whether it's political or money or religion or whatever it may be. Maybe you've got a Packer fan and a Bear fan in the same family and they can't get together. Well, this should bring you together, and for the good of the family along with the afflicted
member,
person.
Absolutely. Sometimes a situation like this, not only like we're talking about, everybody's got to be a part of it, but it could be a positive because you have to work together. And by working together, it will bring your family together closer. I mean, we're saying the same thing, but in a different way, that where you are maybe a divided family.
Well, I
don't want nothing to do with nothing. I'll leave me alone. Everybody's gone their own way. And now the situation happens to a loved one in your family Now everybody's pitching in and getting along.
Well, we were talking about, sometimes you just have to break away from the serious and you have to have a little bit of humor on occasion. And I don't want to offend anybody, but we need a little humor here. Go Bears!
There you go. Yeah. What do you think about them for this weekend?
Hey, they got a shot. I mean, whatever it is, they're 1-5 or something. So, but the Bears are like the Cubs. You never know what team is going to show up.
Yeah.
How do you, in the Cubs case, how do you score 13 runs one game and you get shut out in the next? It doesn't make any sense. But
well, you know what? They're on the board right now. They're our home team, and you can watch and listen to the Bears right here on WRMN 1410. We telecast every single one of them. Every one of the games are broadcast here on WRMN, just like we did with the Chicago White Sox. Everybody loves the Cubs, me included. My mom loved the Cubs. So I'm a Cub fan just for that alone. But, it's a home team. You got to support your home team. And if, back to our topic with the Alzheimer's, maybe somebody was into sports, and this is the glue that's going to keep you together, the commonality. There's things you haven't heard of in a long time. People used to do coin collecting, stamp collecting, even planting gardens and what have you. And, putting the seeds like in the wintertime in them little squares, so that by spring they've got, beautiful plants or vegetables on the start. So then when summer's here, they got a jump start. So if that's what somebody was into, or maybe you could introduce that to somebody with Alzheimer's, it gives them a sense of activity in their mind, and it lets you be close to them. It lets you, be together. And you don't want to be the guy that didn't want to spend time and all of a sudden they're gone, right?
And again, the clue is you have to remember you have to live in their reality. You can't expect them to live in yours.
Yeah. Don't force them to do what you want to do. Hey, do you like stamp collecting? Well, yeah. Do you like coin? Do you like to play? You know what? I've always liked gardening. There's a thing. Maybe you don't like gardening. Well, take it up for the interest of your loved one.
Hey, there's a ball game on. Oh, let's go watch it.
Let's go watch it, yeah. Talk about, hey, when's the last time you've been to a ball game? Try and stimulate something even from the past, maybe. Again, depending, because, the Alzheimer's, sometimes they call it the short timers. It's, it's the short recall that they're having trouble with. Sometimes it's the long recall that they're having trouble with. Every case is different. And I'm just kind of going back over, trying to recap everything. No case is the same. There's no playbook. And there's our playoff music, the top of the hour here. But take an interest. Look for the warning signs. ALZ.org. Anything you want to know about Alzheimer's. Help our fundraiser that we have here. FMNfilm.com. Dan Karras, you have been a wonderful...
Well, Dino, I appreciate the time. And
we're glad that you're here. Come again. Love to have you. Matt, thank you very much for operating the board and being a part of everything with us, as always. You listen to WRMN 1410 AM right here at WRMN in the studios, studio number 14. So there's that website. Get that film for only $3. FMNfilm.com. And there you have it.
Don't forget to pop the popcorn and grab a drink before you start. And you might need a tissue or two.
Absolutely. All these tug at your heart. We thank you very much for listening. We'll see you again next week, 2 to 4. Dino's Night Out, right here, WRMN.
Making a strange noise. No matter what it is, you can't just pretend it's not happening.
That's an interesting sound.
It's like your mental health. If you're struggling and feeling overwhelmed, it's important to do something about it. It can be as simple as talking to someone in your community, or just taking a deep, calming breath when you need it. Nice. For mental health resources, check out loveyourmindtoday.org. At loveyourmindtoday.org, you'll find information that may help you get through a tough time. Things like tips for dealing with stress, how to navigate difficulties like financial worries, anger, substance use, and more. You can also find real stories of how people navigated their own mental health challenges. Because once you start to address the problem, you can go so much further. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 4 o'clock.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Rain X, America's #1 wiper blade. Downtown Elgin will transform into an apocalyptic battleground for Nightmare on Chicago Street on Saturday. Aliens and zombies invade the city for a night of cosmic chaos and immersive horror. The event runs from 6 to 11 p.m. with early entry at 5 p.m. for ZDI All-Access Pass holders and features themed pop-up bars, live music, and terrifying street experiences. Festivities kick off Friday night with Friday Night Frights, offering sideshows, live performances, and family-friendly entertainment across downtown. Tickets start at $35 with upgraded passes unlocking early access, VIP perks, and entry to exclusive horror-themed bars. Naperville District 203 board member Melissa Kelly Black has been censured for the second time in 10 months after allegedly sharing confidential information about contract negotiations on social media. The board voted 6-1 to approve the censure, with Black casting the sole dissenting vote. The resolution accuses her of undermining negotiations with the Naperville Unit Education Association through Facebook posts that included details from closed sessions and critical remarks about fellow board members. Despite the ongoing government shutdown, the Agriculture Department will reopen about 2,100 county offices to help farmers and ranchers access $3 billion in aid. Each office will be staffed by 2 paid employees to assist with farm loans, crop insurance, and disaster relief, reflecting President Trump's efforts to maintain support among rural communities. Oswego police released an updated timeline of 2 stabbing attacks at a Chick-fil-A that left 1 man dead and another seriously injured early Wednesday morning. Surveillance footage shows the suspect broke into the restaurant on Route 34 around 3:10 a.m. and fatally stabbed a delivery driver inside. Nearly 2 hours later, the same suspect attacked a maintenance worker outside, who, with the help of a witness, subdued the assailant until police arrived. Officers arrested the suspect, provided aid to the injured man, and confirmed the incident was isolated as the investigation into a motive continues. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
With Progressive, you can reach customer service in the way that's easiest for you, by phone, app, or online. We know it would be great if we just magically appeared, but that's more of a genie thing, and we do insurance. But with us, you'd be like, well, it wasn't a genie, but it was great customer service, so that's nice. And sure, you probably would still like the whole 3 wishes thing, so if you meet a genie, you should definitely ask. But when you need us, contact Progressive by phone, app, or online. Just no genies. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum.
I am Tricia Grosser, and this is Elgin 100 years ago, October 24th. Many options for entertainment are advertised in the daily news of that day. At the top of the headlines are: playing at the Rialto Theater is Constance Talmadge, who is booked for a 4-day run in Her Sister from Paris, the new and charming domestic comedy drama just produced for the First National by Joseph M. Schrank. The story puts the movie's most engaging star in a new role. It shows her as a loving wife of an undemonstrative husband who is also afflicted with fits of temperament. She undertakes to tame him and to educate him into manifesting his unquestionable love for her. To do so, she impersonates her gay and somewhat wayward twin sister.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain X, America's #1 wiper blade. This afternoon, sunny with a high near 52. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 34. Looking ahead to the weekend, tomorrow will be mostly sunny with a high near 53, and temperatures falling to around 51 in the afternoon. Sunday, mostly sunny with a high near 59. Currently, it is 52 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
We know exactly what you're not thinking about right now. Wiper blades. But now that you are, take a moment to think about how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America. Why? Because Rain-X thinks about wiper blades all the time. We obsess, so you don't have to. Simply install our blades and then think about literally anything else. So choose Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blades, and then go back to not thinking about wiper blades. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
Looking for a spotless clean you can count on? Meet Clean King, your local family-owned janitorial service that treats every client like royalty. Fully insured and trusted by businesses across the area, Clean King delivers personalized, top-quality cleaning tailored to your needs at the best price in town. Call now for your free quote at 224-276-6057. That's 224-276-6057. Or visit them at cleankingcleaning.com. That's Clean King, where your quality and service reign supreme. A proud member of the Elgin Area Chamber of Commerce, supporting the local business community.
Looking for a seed buying experience that's more humanized? Ready to trade a company that's oversized for an independent brand that's right-sized? Searching for elite hybrids that have been optimized, tested in your geography, and localized? Did we run out of words that rhyme, so now we have to use metaphysicized? Maybe so. But if you answered yes to any of these questions, then it's probably time you get Wiffleized. Choose Wiffles hybrids this season, and let's get familiarized.
Welcome into a political talk show here on WRMN. It's Free Speech Friday. That's right, my friends. It is the time of the week that we all love over here on a political talk show, where we don't get into the big long lectures. We actually sit down and have a talk and let some other person talk at you about politics. We've got some other people that will be joining us, but thank you all for being here. There's a few ways to interact with us for the show. We'll be broadcasting live all the way until 6, where we'll start doing some Whippers coverage before the game fires off tomorrow. Or, I'm sorry, later on tonight, actually. I'll get those headphones for you there, Dave. We've got a couple people sitting in here with us today. Normal guests, the ones that you hear often. There's a reason we bring them back, because we love their opinions and we love their spirit, hope, etc. That, of course, will be my good friends David Tease and Cecilia Brooks. Thank you very much for being here.
Hey, thank you for having us.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Good to be back.
It is a fantastic day. We're seeing empty streets here in front of the studio, as they have shut off all of the streets in downtown, or at least all the ones I can see, right? Nobody's driving around. But they're setting up for Nightmare on Chicago. Cecilia, you live in the neighborhood. How has this affected your traveling, I guess?
Yeah, so due to the city setting up for Nightmare on Chicago Street, very excited, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Hey, is that Hector over there? Sorry to interrupt.
It is Hector. It's good to see you,
Hector.
What's up, buddy?
The one and only. His baking is actually the real talk of the town.
Really?
I swear, I just got to try it for the first time.
What did you try?
So I tried 3 different types of his cookies, and I'm so sorry to Mrs. Fields. You got
Hector, you didn't bring cookies? What is happening here?
Oh.
Not me outing him like that.
Only the morning show gets them. We don't.
Oh, I get it. I see how it is. But either way, it's a neighborhood event that's happening this weekend, right?
It is. It is. And there is no parking on the street. So we have been parking, at least for the Tower residents, over yonder in the City Hall parking lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that why there's no parking the rest of the way? Because all the locals here decided to just take all this? I'm just joking.
It's hey, you snooze, you lose.
As Elliot would say, it is, folks, for you those listening right now, you can't see it, but downtown Elgin is shut down right now for Zombie Fest, Nightmare on Chicago Street. It's looking really cool here. It's starting to look a lot like Halloween.
I've got a couple of folding chairs, so we can just start calling dibs around here for everything, right? I mean, if I can call dibs, if I if I clean it out for the snow, then I should be able to call dibs for Nightmare, right?
I think that's the way that this works, right?
I don't know. I'll call the Elgin alderman about it.
Yeah. 311, Mr. Thorin, please.
See, I like to say that every once in a while, because I obviously know that Elgin is run by a city council. Sometimes I'll say, well, I'll call my alderman about it.
You think Steve's going to pull strings for you, Cecilia?
1, 2, 3, Steve.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let's find out.
But it's great to have you guys all on here. There's been a little bit of turmoil in the White House that has been happening. The most egregious thing that has ever happened to the White House ever. The president put his feet up on his desk. It's been the worst. It was terrible. Oh, I'm sorry. That was a couple presidents back.
Yeah.
This president decided to knock out a whole wing that he said he wasn't going to do. How do we feel about that, panel? How do we feel about just arbitrarily going, you know what? The people's house, we don't like these rooms, and we would like to put some more up.
Well, first of all, is every president has walked into the White House, has done something. Kennedy put an in-ground pool in there. Nixon put a bowling alley in the basement. It was either Eisenhower or Roosevelt actually literally gutted the whole entire place. I saw the pictures.
Melania ripped up the Rose Garden.
Yeah. So everybody's done something to do it. But the ballroom, it's not being paid for by taxpayers. And the way I look at it, why not have a beautiful ballroom?
Well, it's not being paid by taxpayers yet.
Well,
I mean, $230 million from the taxpayers are going to go to Trump, not the Trump administration, the Trump family. So is that kind of us for paying for that?
$230 million going to the Trump family. He got donors and he got his own personal.
No, the president is suing the American people for $230 million.
For what?
Do you remember when he had things in his Mar-a-Lago place and people came to investigate it?
Yes.
And he said, I'm going to hold on to it. You're going to have to come and take it. And then they came and took it. Mm-hmm. He's suing the government for that. And he also was suing them for do you remember when they did the investigation for Russian collusion? Because Russia was Russian collusion.
Wasn't proven.
Okay, well, somebody went to jail for it, so somebody proved something. So Paul Manafort would like to talk to you about maybe going to jail a few times about it. But we're also being sued for that. The American people are being sued for that. So the Justice Department, which is has to sign off for anything over $4 million. I believe it's $4 million for any settlement that's over $4 million has to be signed off by the Justice Department. Well, guess who's running the Justice Department right now? The very people that have to sign off for this money are the very people that were the defending lawyers for these exact things. That's not cool. I just want to put that out there. It's not cool to do that. But what do we turn around and say that because here's the precedent on it. The next president turns around and says, I was late to an event because my Secret Service couldn't get there in time. I lost X amount of money because my Secret Service couldn't do this. I, the president, will now sue the American people for the money that I lost because of this. And then since it's me, I'll just go ahead and say yes. This is a direct line for direct money from the Treasury to the executive office's pocket. Or not even the executive office, whoever's in charge of the executive office in their pocket. So you would be okay with another president suing the United States?
Oh, no, well, not, but, you think he's going to win it?
No.
I don't think he's going to win it.
But I don't think he would win it if it was actually a fair trial. I think he will win it because he has his places and pieces in place.
Okay, thoughts, a few of them. So I need to do more research on what exactly is in the West Wing, the history of it.
East.
Or excuse me, East.
It's okay.
The West Wing.
That was a great show, by the way.
I know, that was actually subconsciously thinking about that. Anyway, so a couple of thoughts, right? I'm all for renovations, right? As Mr. Cheese mentioned, previous presidents have done that. The only thing that I don't love, absolutely, is tearing down a piece of history. But could they do renovations without, or could they have done renovations in the Trump administration without tearing down a part of it? Why couldn't we just?
Well, that's what they said they were going to do before they started tearing down.
I mean, I'm no architect here or a civil engineer, but I do like to think that that may have been a possibility. If we want to have a ballroom, absolutely, for hosting events, different leaders of different of states, internationally.
And I think that's a good point too, because a lot of times when there is an event at the White House that is over a certain amount of people, I think it's around 500, 600 people, they have to get tents. And how crazy does that look that we've got the White House and the White House has to, just like if I was having a family reunion,
Lawn
right?
party.
Hey, you got a 10 by 10? Yeah, I got one. We'll just lash them together and we'll all have a good time.
Bring your own chairs.
Exactly.
BYOC.
I'm glad President Macron showed up with his tent, right? Did you bring a cooler? You forgot the cooler?
You can't just show up empty-handed, guys.
Anybody bring ice?
So I do understand.
We brought the ice.
Yeah, exactly. We got to send Netanyahu to the Sevo to go get the ice for us. But this is, I absolutely understand that point. We do need some sort of entertaining place for there. What I was told, like, I guess I foolishly keep believing the White House tells me things, that I was told that it would be close. But it wouldn't be like on where the.
Oh, you mean connected to it? That'd be close.
Yeah,
that would be close.
He said something along the lines of being close and feet away from it, even to the point where we heard the president say, "It's my favorite wing."
Yeah.
The wing that was. No, but actually, I do think that's, I mean, even just here in Elgin, for example, I love and appreciate the historic buildings. I love and appreciate the historic building that I live in. And I would love to see it taken care of. And if we're going to do renovations, maybe we can, again, no architect or civil engineer here, but just thinking, right, a nuanced perspective and balance. Absolutely. If there's a need for a ballroom to host lavish events for state leaders in different countries, absolutely.
Do you think that they should have just carte blanche, just being able to say, I'd like to put anything over here? Or should there be something? Should there be a historical committee to go to or anything like that?
Maybe an advisory committee, for example. Okay, how are the actual plans to build this infrastructure? How is that going to affect, for example, the ground that we build on? Are there different things that we're going to have to look at as far as the actual architectural and just structural engineering and the materials that we use to build this, and a project proposal, for example, like, okay, this is what we're thinking of doing. How is this going to benefit the White House or the United States in general? And then maybe that goes against up to an advisory committee. It doesn't hurt to have a second set of eyes or ears, and those things can exist, right? We can bring nuanced perspectives and new things, but also with an ode to history.
But ultimately, do you just think that whoever's in the White House can just renovate it however they'd like?
Well, like, what if somebody graffitied the Oval Office?
Well, what if the president graffitis the Oval Office? Like, you know what I mean? So that's what I mean. It's his house. They pointed where it's. But that's what I mean, is we call it the people's house, right? Yeah, well, what we do. We call it the people's house. I'm all for defending
the history and preserving that.
America better hopes I don't become the president, because I'm going to have a water slide that comes from the bedroom all the way down outside and back into the Oval Office.
Slides.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to have a snack pantry, and I'm going to call it the cabinet.
What do you think about just the aesthetic of it? Do you think because we've gotten some peeks into the White House over the last a couple months as well, especially the Oval Office and everything else. What do you think about some of the design changes that we're even seeing? Let's go beyond just tearing down walls. Let's go to the Oval Office with our selfie sticks, and let's take some pictures in the area. I bring the selfie stick up again because that yet was another thing that everybody screamed about. How dare the president besmirch the office of the president by using a selfie stick in the Oval Office? How dare that man in his tan suit Do
You don't have
those
to remind me
things.
who did that.
That was Barack Obama. He did that.
That was
and
before
we
my
spent
time.
weeks. People spent weeks talking about it. Weeks of a selfie stick.
What did he do? Just
He used the selfie stick in the Oval Office.
Wasn't it like Jimmy Carter got the pet rock and had it on the Oval desk?
Oh, I
my
know.
Lord, the pet rock is on the Oval.
How dare
It's on the
he.
desk in the Oval Office.
Black
Oh, no,
Lives
how
Matter.
dare he do that? And let me see, what do we got? Clinton had the Rubik's Cube. I mean, he spent a lot of time working on that. Didn't work out too good for me.
So we got pet rocks, we got Rubik's Cubes, we got selfie sticks, and we got demolishing of the entire East Wing. Yeah, that seems about comparable.
Yeah. Bowling alleys, swimming pools.
See, bowling alleys, I'll definitely chalk
Basketball
up.
court. Did Obama get 30 stitches?
But they added. Here's the issue: is they added to it. They didn't go. You know what? I'm going to rip up the Rose Garden for my bowling alley.
that's a huge.
I'm gonna-
Well, no, that's a huge difference, right? Adding, not subtracting.
I'm going to blow up the West Wing where the office of the president has always been forever, and I'm going to put a movie theater in there. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm not a sentimental person, but I do appreciate history. Imagine how many other important people do you think, just thinking, how many footsteps of different types of leaders from all across the world got to walk through the East Wing,
That's
or
true.
just the history. Like, why, if walls could talk,
Do you know what office is in the East Wing? The office of the First Lady.
it's her.
Is in there. So, well, I guess not anymore, but it's over there.
Hey, she gave it up for the big ballroom. I mean, but I think the ballroom. I mean, it's in the. We're in the 2025s now, and sometimes change is good. And selfie sticks, text messaging is a way. It's a way of life now. I mean, and having a big ballroom, I think is great because you could have prime ministers, you can have Saudi Arabia princes and kings, and many world leaders to come in and hang around and have a good time, and at one place at the most prestigious building in the world, the White House.
I agree with you that the ballroom is a necessity. I'll absolutely agree with you. My thing is I wish I wouldn't have heard.
He agreed.
I wouldn't have heard about. I wish I wouldn't have heard about tearing down the West Wing or the East Wing. Honestly, if it just was right off the bat of like, yeah, we're going to end up tearing down the East Wing, which obviously was the plan from the beginning. Why would you tell us that it wasn't? That is always my frustration with this administration is if you're going to do the thing that you want to do anyway, don't tell us you're going to do the thing that I want you to do. Don't do that. Don't be like, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to pick you up until 6 o'clock, but I'm going to tell you I'm going to be there at 4. Just tell me you're going to be there at 6. Just tell me you're going to rip down the East Wing.
Wait, it was dating back to FDR's presidency.
He gutted the whole entire White House. He stayed across the street until it was done.
1942, and back to 1902.
They show pictures of how just completely wall to wall gutted. And then he lived across the street for until the remodel was done. But I'm sure we won't be upset when Trump invites us all for the first grand opening party. Right, we're all going to go, right?
Well, of course, I'm paying 88. I'm paying 88 and a half cents for it. I want to make sure that I get invited for it at least once.
I mean, at least one time. But really kind of the only thing that upsets me about this whole thing, and I'll tell you, this is what gets me, is that I would love to have a piece of that history. They could have, like the shingles or bricks or anything like that they were taking down.
Oh, give it time.
They could actually sell.
Give it time.
No, they just bulldoze it. They didn't bulldoze it.
This man has sold pieces of the
to charity
suit he wore while he was indicted.
Donate it to charity. That's what you do with the money.
Or museums, but maybe not the Louvre. Sorry, too soon.
Museum.
Here's my bet for which charity that it goes to. Trump Charity LLC. Is
that
probably,
a real thing?
I'm sure there's one.
I think it'll go to like mothers or people who lost children to opioids and fentanyl, stuff like that.
He does have the soft spot for the fentanyl.
Oh, yeah. He wants to go. And I love it that he's blowing up the boats. I mean, this is good.
You can't do that, Dave. Come on now.
But nobody's really screaming about it.
6 minutes before the bottom of the hour, you're going to bring this up. You can't do that, man.
Why? Is that going to take up the whole show now? People ain't complaining about that, are they?
Somebody is.
I haven't seen anybody on other mainstreams going.
I'm sure somebody is. There's also reports of women who have not seen their husbands who are fishermen in that area come back home. There's been some of that. So here's my question with it. They hit the boat, and they hit one of these boats, and they found 2 survivors, and they pulled the 2 survivors out of the water. They didn't drive the boat over and shoot them while they were in the water. They brought them into the boat, and guess what they did with them?
Arrested them?
They arrested them, and you know what they did?
Threw them in jail?
Sent them right back and let them go. They are so bad that we have to shoot them on sight when they're on their boat. But once we have them in capture, we'll just release them.
Do you think they'll do that again?
Yes.
You think they'll actually do that again?
They'll continuously.
No, but
here's the thing: why would you release them if they are so bad that our Navy has to blow them up out of the water without boarding, without any kind of judicial anything? They're so bad that they have to blow up on sight. Why would you release them?
It's a good question. I didn't catch that part, but maybe they could make sure they get them next time.
You're not supposed to do that.
What, blow them up or put them back?
Blow them up.
Okay.
Valid question.
Valid question.
I see a boat flying across the water with drugs on it. I think I'd blow it up.
Sure, but you don't know that. You don't know that.
Okay.
That's like me turning around and saying that this person over here, I'm going to throw in jail right now because I'm 75% sure that they're a robber. You have a trial for things this. That's why you have a trial. So that if, let's say they were trafficking humans, which is one of the accusations they had. So you're telling me that while the bad guys are trafficking humans, we're just going to blow up everybody, including the people who are being trafficked? Like, this is the problem with just arbitrarily blowing up somebody. It is. You cannot do it. It is part of the War Powers Act. Now, by all means, if you want to declare war on Venezuela and blow up everything that comes off of that shore, then you have your legal right to do it because Congress actually stepped in. Just turn it around and the executive going, I don't like the people on that boat, kill them. That is not the America or any kind of foreign policy we need to be putting forward.
What if intelligence says, this is the drug boat. There's just 2 drug runners onto this thing here.
So then you know what the Navy's supposed to do?
Jump onto it.
We drive up to it and we say, we are going to board you and arrest you.
And you think they'll do that without a fight?
That's yes. I was off the coast of Somalia with Somali pirates.
Oh, I know. So
and when a 500+ foot ship runs right over to you, larger than a football field, size of a ship, in this little dinky, and you go, let us on, or we will blow you up, guess what they usually choose? They don't choose to just take off running. They stay right where they are, and they let our boarding team go. The boarding team searches the entire ship from the very bottom of the bilge to the very top, and we search everything, we confiscate, we do all of it. If we have to take them into custody, that's why we have a brig. But we cannot just turn around and be like, I saw that guy smoking a J on the deck over there. They're trafficking drugs. Blow them up.
Well, that happens on the Fox Lake. But they don't blow them up. No, they just pull them over and then arrest them and they go to jail for a long time.
But now what if they turn around and they said, you know what? Because they're criminals out there on the Fox Lake, we're just going to shoot at them. They're drug dealers. We're just going to shoot at the drug dealers.
He's just got one joint on there.
I think there was a much more strategic way to go about this. I am all for stopping the influx of cocaine, different amphetamines, as well as especially fentanyl. I have been a huge advocate against fentanyl, knowing that 1 gram of fentanyl is enough to kill 50 grown Americans. 50 grown people, period. But I do believe in a strategy about going about this, right? So if there is a suspected, again, not part of the Department of War, but there is a strategy as well, of course, in handling critical situations like this. For example, Israel absolutely could have gone in and just bombed all of Gaza, but what about the hostages? What about the
Well, and they did, but
Well, but they also let them know that, all of the people gave them a chance to escape, but not, and not even a genocidal thing. But I'm saying, like, back to the boats, like, right, if you're going to attack, there needs to be a way to go about that. And both of those things can exist.
And that's what I mean.
You can capture criminals and also stop the crime while also hopefully having some sense, even just a little bit of a humanitarian aspect in that.
That's where international law comes in.
It
is a crime against humanity to just blow somebody up arbitrarily. It just is.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Rain X, America's #1 wiper blade. Oswego police released an updated timeline of 2 stabbing attacks at a Chick-fil-A that left 1 man dead and another seriously injured early Wednesday morning. Surveillance footage shows the suspect broke into the restaurant on Route 34 around 3:10 a.m. and fatally stabbed a delivery driver inside. Nearly 2 hours later, the same suspect attacked a maintenance worker outside who, with the help of a witness, subdued the assailant until police arrived. Officers arrested the suspect, provided aid to the injured man, and confirmed the incident was isolated as the investigation into a motive continues. Downtown Elgin will transform into an apocalyptic battleground for Nightmare on Chicago Street on Saturday. Aliens and zombies invade the city for a night of cosmic chaos and immersive horror. The event runs from 6 to 11 p.m. with early entry at 5 p.m. for ZDI All Access Pass holders and features themed pop-up bars, live music, and terrifying street experiences. Festivities kick off Friday night with Friday Night Frights, offering sideshows, live performances, and family-friendly entertainment across downtown. Tickets start at $35 with upgraded passes, unlocking early access, VIP perks, and entry to exclusive horror-themed bars. Naperville District 203 board member Melissa Kelly Black has been censured for the second time in 10 months after allegedly sharing confidential information about contract negotiations on social media. The board voted 6-1 to approve the censure, with Black casting the sole dissenting vote. The resolution accuses her of undermining negotiations with the Naperville Unit Education Association through Facebook posts that included details from closed sessions and critical remarks about fellow board members. Despite the ongoing government shutdown, the Agriculture Department will reopen about 2,100 county offices to help farmers and ranchers access $3 billion in aid. Each office will be staffed by 2 paid employees to assist with farm loans, crop insurance, and disaster relief, reflecting President Trump's efforts to maintain support among rural communities. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to handle the busy holiday season, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
When disaster strikes, flood or fire, every second counts. At Emergency Construction Group, they specialize in immediate response and same-day service for any residential, commercial, or industrial emergency across the Chicagoland area. With over 30 years of experience, they've got the expertise, manpower, and equipment to handle any size loss fast. They follow strict IICRC guidelines to restore your property the right way, the first time. Their team values transparency, constant communication, and strong ethical standards because your peace of mind matters. Licensed, bonded, and insured, they're here for you 24/7, 365 days a year. Call 855-4ECG now. That's 855-432-4669. Or visit their website at emergencyconstructiongroup.com and let Emergency Construction Group put your life back together one step at a time. That's Emergency Construction Group. Your satisfaction is their passion.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. This afternoon, sunny with a high near 52. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 34. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high near 53. Temperatures falling to around 51 in the afternoon. Looking ahead to Sunday, mostly sunny with a high near 59. Currently, it is 52 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers, the #1 wiper blades in America.
Back to a political talk show here on WRMN. We left the cameras on during the break over here. We do that so you can see a little bit of the behind the scenes. What do I mean by the cameras? For those of you that are listening on the AM dial, that is over at YouTube. You can go to youtube.com and find us over there, WRMN Radio. That's the place to go. We've got a few more people added to our panel because we've got a very special guest coming in and we've got a very important topic. Let's first reset the panel over here. We've got David Tease, we've got Miss Cecilia Brooks, and we've got the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend, the disembodied voice of Dean DeLaley. No. He doesn't want to be on
Pay
camera.
no attention to the man
in the side over there.
That's true. We also have our good friend Gina Winkler. Hello, Gia. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you guys?
I'm doing well. Gia is now putting something together. We've started to see some need, and this is why I love teaming up with Gia and Dave and all of the people we see around here, because we're people that see a need, fill a need. If it's something's there, nobody's doing it, well then heck, we need to be the people right there in line. And Miss Gia is absolutely one of those people. Can you tell me a little bit about the new non-for-profit Somebody's Daughter is Loved? We can go to somebody'sdaughterisloved.org to find out more, but I've got you right here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, absolutely. So it truly is a labor of love for me. This society we live in has gotten crazy, and girls and women that go to bars and social functions a lot of time wind up in danger. There's drink spiking, there's unwelcome advances, and there's a lot of dangers out there for women. And we want to work to create an awareness, to give women the tools that they need to be safe in social situations. And we're doing self-defense classes and just educating venues and bars about the dangers and the signs of it.
And that's a lot of it, too, is the education side of it, too, is not just the education of what to do, because you're starting to put together these watch-out training sessions to learn how to see predatory behavior, anything else. Right. But also, where I have seen a lot of people in this space where they talk about it, is learning that they're not alone. This is one of those things that we always seem to say, well, no, you can take care of yourself. You can be out there by yourself. And then when something happens to you, you feel like it's you, and you're the only person that's ever had this happen or ever been a part of it. I've had men, I've had women, all these different friends that I've had that have had issues with being by themselves or just in a dangerous position. So kind of even learning that you're not the only one helps with that.
And even if you are victim to anything, don't have shame. Bring it up. Mm-hmm. Bring it to a friend. Bring it to somebody. And this is a platform, I understand.
Yeah, and we're creating safe networks where people can talk, they can share their stories, 'cause I have 2 daughters. I have 3 sons and 2 daughters. And, you know, things like this, like drink spiking, can happen in a matter of seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very common. It's a lot more common than you'd think because, like, since I started doing this organization, so many people have come forward with stories that have happened to them or people they know or their children. And it truly is an epidemic that I really think started getting worse after COVID. You know, because, like, when I was growing up, you know, they would teach us stranger danger, you know, don't get into cars with people. And now there's just this entire culture of, yeah, I'll just go with you, or yeah, I'll just trust you. And so we want to really educate about the dangers of it. And then if something does happen to somebody, there is a network of people who love them and who will care and help them.
That's amazing.
But, like, yeah, and then also with events, like right now there's the Nightmare on Chicago Street going around. Unfortunately, we're not fully up and running right now, but at an event like that, we would have to go out and talk to people and say, look, you have to look for these signs. You have to make sure that these women are safe. And even, you know, helping them understand, you know, you'd have to make a buddy system when you're out. Even if you don't know the person, you can buddy up with somebody and watch each other's backs. And hopefully with being proactive and giving women and girls these tools and creating this awareness, we'll see a huge decrease in these types of crimes.
I love the name as well. It reminds everybody that every single woman that you come across, and especially men need to be reminded of that quite often too, especially young men, but that other people, that is somebody's daughter. So we always think, and you grow up with the chivalry, and you grow up with the treat women this way, and then all of a sudden there's just this hormonal switch and whatever we else want to put into it. But we still have to be reminded for it. And the 4 of us have daughters. You're a daughter. Cecilia is a daughter as well, and we have to keep that in mind. And I like how it goes beyond just a person, right? We always hear about, well, you know what? Treat another person like a person. They're a person. They're all people. We're all what? Okay, yes, we're all people. But these women are daughters. And it changes that conversation.
It does. And, you know, it's the taking that extra second to look at them and say, okay, this is somebody's daughter. People love this person. She matters to people. And we can look at all of these women out there like they're our daughters too. Because, like, what if it was my daughter that was out there? I would want her to have all the protections possible.
How important is it for the other way, too, for these daughters to remember that they're somebody's daughter as well?
Yeah, it's very important.
I just think that that's part of it, too, is to look that, would this be something that maybe my parents would want me to be doing? Is this something that brings light to my family or in that same, and I'm not saying to sit here and victim blame or anything like that, but we all take responsibility for each of our choices and the situations we get into.
Yes.
And that's on some of the extreme cases, though, when you're saying that, where the individual puts herself in not the right situation.
Exactly.
Okay, so
but it's to remember, that no always means no. At 100%. Whatever stage of any, it could be yes, 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 all up until it's a no, and then it is immediately a no. Right. Those 15 yeses that all happened. Yes, I'll get into your car. Yes, I'll go with you. Yes, I'll get into here. Yes, I'll do this. As soon as it's a no, it is an absolute no, just as if it was valid for those yeses. And there's a lot of things that people just don't seem to realize that. And I love the peer support group about this as well. My goodness, getting daughters together to talk about it.
Yeah, and also me having daughters and being a man, which I do call myself a man. But one of the things about it is being aware with this going on. Now I'm more proactive if I go out to an event or go to a restaurant or a bar or anything else like that, which I don't really go to bars, but I'll be more vigilant. I'll be out there watching for those predators. And if I see something, I'm going to definitely do something and say something about it. But like Gia has said, educating bartenders and restaurant owners and venues where they have events like this is getting them to aware to watch out for this. Put up notices on in the men's bathroom, in the women's bathroom, under video surveillance. You do something, you're going to be punished. But we need to get more, like Gia has mentioned, we're going to need to get more stricter laws, going down to Springfield and lobbying for stricter laws when this does happen. And you're tried and you're convicted and you're found guilty, you're gonna pay for the price.
I think a big part of this is also changing the culture in which we live in, which Somebody's Daughter Is Loved is doing an amazing job at just starting that conversation and bringing this to light. And on top of that, just as Mr. Tease and Gia and everyone here is saying, introducing new legislation, because at this moment in time here in the state of Illinois, unfortunately, there is no legal precedent for how hospitals and different emergency rooms and medical centers are able to obtain and then store evidence in potential cases where victims have been suspected or can be confirmed that they were victimized by a date rape drug. There is no precedent in medical centers for that, for the evidence collection, but then also on the flip side, the prosecutorial mandates that follow.
Or even anything,
and that needs to change.
Even anything against the venue. If you start going against the venue for certain things, then maybe we might actually start seeing some stuff. And this, I think, is the catch-22 too, is that the venue tries the best that they can. And if a venue was to turn around and say, well, anybody who might think they might have an issue or might think they can go over to this area over here, it's almost like saying I'm a venue and I have a problem, as opposed to let me help somebody. So I really appreciate that you guys have even the discretionary type of side too for things with this club, of being able to, for that peer support group of going, hey, is there anybody that's part of this in this venue that we can talk to here, and not make it a victim parade, right? Not turning around and say, it's weird to make a safe space and then make it a neon safe space.
And Gia, so a question I have for you, this is more and more occurring, but do you feel that hospitals, venues, law enforcement, are they seeing the signs? Do they know what the signs are when somebody shows up to the hospital, like from a concert? Do we need proper education and more awareness at hospitals and law enforcement?
We do. We really do, because part of the problem with those drugs that are commonly used as for drink spiking, they metabolize very quickly. So if hospitals see the signs and maybe they just think, oh, this woman drank too much or whatever, but they need to know the signs so they can test quickly if any of these signs appear. Because, I mean, a woman who has had their drink spiked is very disorientated, and you know, it's much more than just drinking.
Does anybody talk to Dean over there? Go ahead.
You know, you're hitting the nail on the head. And again, with just my background, I think the piece that's the most important is the awareness. The awareness not only to law enforcement, but to the hospitals. Because, you know, this little potion that they're mixing up, putting in someone's drink, it doesn't have to be at a bar. It could be at a social gathering. It could be at a gathering where you think you're all friends, and they're not. There's always someone that's out there creeping. So I think the fact that, you know, and I would bet you that Chief Lally has information on this, and she would be a great person to talk with on this.
Let's bring her in.
Yeah, because, you know, it's the police right away get a girl, and let's just use this event today. They're over here at Nightmare on Chicago Street, and now she's all messed up. Well, you know, that's so-and-so. She just had too much to drink. No, she didn't have too much to drink.
Right.
You know, and then when you have your friends around, no, she's really not a big drinker. Okay, well, where were you? Where's the last place you were at? Who were you with? your friends have to be conscious of this in this world today.
Yeah.
You know, 3 daughters for myself. I get it. You know, you have to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And there's telltale signs that go along with, right, as a bartender, we know what to look for as far as alcohol consumption, you know. And in those cases, unfortunately, a lot of the time, a victim is not able to advocate for themselves. I had this many drinks. I had this many drinks, and this is the type of alcohol that I drank. This is what I ate before. Did I get enough sleep? So on and so forth. And if a law enforcement officer, for example, understands what to look for drunk versus potentially drugged, because those are 2 very different things.
And it doesn't just go with women. It happens to men too. Because I had a friend that didn't even drink in a bar. He was drinking sodas. He took off and woke up in a house in his car. I mean, he drove his car right into the house, and he didn't even have a drink. Somebody slipped something in his drink.
Wow.
And the cops thought it was a DUI. But then when they throw alcohol in the system, what the heck happened to you? And they checked for drugs, and what they found was those drugs in them.
And how important is it? We all talk about prevention, right? We all talk about covering your drinks. We all talk about watching out for people. How important is the support that somebody's daughter is loved.org is going to help after it happened? Not because we can talk all day. Well, you should have covered your drink, or you should have done this, or you shouldn't have been there. Or you should. We can say shouldn't, woulda, couldas, whatevers. But what happens after? Where does somebody's daughter is loved come in?
That's a good question.
Well, we are developing a network of peer mediation people. I want counselors, but not necessarily professional counselors. People to talk to these girls, because imagine having that happen. Now, it could happen to anybody. It doesn't matter what they're wearing. It doesn't matter how old they are. It doesn't even matter if they're male or female. If you look on YouTube, there are videos, and it happens in seconds. It's so quick that this can happen. So, yeah, I mean, the support system is huge for this. And part of what our organization is doing is we're raising money to put together safety kits for girls. And what we intend to do, sorry, my dogs.
It's okay.
What we intend to do is at back to school time, we're going to provide them for college students at no charge.
Oh, great.
Because all of our daughters deserve to be able to feel safe and have protection, and they shouldn't have to pay for it.
And I've seen some of those great kits, too. They've got drink covers on them. Yeah. They've got calling cards in them, too, in case. There's nothing worse than not having your cell phone or anything else that's on there. So that's fantastic to put those kits together.
Yeah. And we also have silicone bottle caps, and we're putting mace in the bags. So, like, they're growing as we're getting people coming in and wanting to support us. You know, we're getting a lot of resources, and the more things that we can put in there, the better. And actually coming up in December, on the 12th and 13th of December, we're having a 2-day safety seminar, which is going to include, it's 2 ex-military that are conducting it, and it's going to be self-defense and escape tactics.
Wow.
And we're going to do this. It's going to be a Friday and a Saturday, so the 12th and 13th. And then we're only charging $50 because we want to keep the cost down. And that covers the 2 days. And we're going to give them the tools that they need. So it's ongoing. And like for the bars and restaurants, we just developed decals. And so as we go out and meet with these restaurant owners or bar owners, they're going to be given a decal with our logo on it saying that they talked to us and they went through our training to know what to look for. And so when you go to the bar, you will see our logo on their door, which, again, it's creating a message and a network that brings safety and awareness.
That's fantastic. Somebody's daughter is loved.org. That's the place that you can go to learn all about it. The mission to support, help us keep women safe. Your donation funds safety kits, training, programs that empower women to watch out for one another. Every gift makes nightlife and public spaces safer, because every woman deserves to feel protected. Where can we help? What can we do for you, Miss Gia?
Just reach out. We'll talk. And as things come up, I'll definitely reach out.
I like that
'Cause it's
proactive approach with the bars, with the logo, the sticker.
Yes.
Because they're not only being armed with the information, the awareness of what the patron, man or woman, is either experiencing, but they have this little class that you're speaking of. Now they've got that knowledge. Now they're in on it.
Right.
And now
Right.
if somebody sees that logo, someone, wait, what's that logo? What's that sign mean? You know, maybe some creep that's out there that's going to do something now knows the place is under. I can't think of no other word than a creep. Sorry.
Yeah, well,
I mean, there's a lot of others, but on the
Yeah,
radio, that's the best I can come up with.
works, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know,
And as
it's a great thing.
As we advocate for legislation, we want to push that when people are caught with these drugs on them, that it comes with intent.
Yes.
Because that would make it a higher charge with stiffer penalties.
It would be aggravated, in fact, at that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's great.
So, yeah, we're totally boots on the ground right now, and I've gotten an overwhelming response from people, and I'm just very excited to bring this.
Yeah, and I'm also involved with this too, and I'm standing with her, and we're going to do everything we can because I have daughters, and if that ever happens to my daughter, I have no problem sitting on the electric chair. I'll tell you that right now.
It's terrible stuff.
So,
I'm extremely proud of Gia, and I'm extremely proud of Dave and all of you, Dino, Sonar, and everyone involved. So thank you all for doing what you do, because we need to shed the light on a lot of the darkness that's been going on.
Absolutely. We always think that if we stop talking about it, it all goes away. And honestly, it's the exact opposite.
Yeah,
the more
pledge
you
full
talk
support
about
here.
it, the more it goes away.
Absolutely.
And not just a commercial, personally. Dennis and myself, David Tees, of course, Cecilia, but we pledge our full support to make this happen. Our
Thank
addition
you.
next door is almost ready. You'll have another little venue for a small, intimate get-together. But the key is, though, is getting this awareness. The only hurdle I'm seeing immediately is when the victim does get taken to the hospital and to collect the evidence, what type of red tape are we going to go through?
Yeah.
That's the only little thing that could be a little, you know what I mean?
Well,
is everybody going to submit to that?
As long as they test for it
Yes.
Yeah.
quickly before it metabolizes, as long as they test for it, then it's on file.
Right.
You know, what's going to be really cool, Dean, is that we're going to have Gia, will you be able to give us some of these kits as they start coming in? We have at the station. Women can come in and grab them along with the Narcan kits and all that stuff.
Absolutely.
So WRMN Radio is going to be a place where you can come in, knock on our door, and ask for both type of stuff here, and we'll be more than happy to help the community and get these kits out to these
Dean and I are looking at building WRMN's community side over there for the pantry side of it, a community fridge. Make sure that we have the Narcan. Make sure that we have a Narcan dispenser as well, and then being a safe place too in this area. There's also we've got show hosts that are here quite often that are here. There's nothing safer, honestly, if you're in downtown Elgin, than to come and sit right under this window and have a person on the radio watching you.
Yeah.
So, come on, sit down on our bench for a little bit. Don't sleep it off necessarily, but maybe come and say hi to us. Thanks for this great endeavor that you've got going on here, Gia. We can head on over to somebodysdaughterislloved.org. Thanks very much for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. And hi, Brendan.
Wish you all the success in the world on this, Gia. I know it's going to be
Thank you so
successful.
much.
Your heart's in it, like everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a great night.
At
guys.
Britain's Touchless Car Wash.
Thank you, Gia.
Oh,
Thanks.
thank you guys.
Come on, I'll give you a ride.
You guys all.
Yeah, the more you talk about it, the more we can aware people.
But you understand where I'm telling you, this is
America, and good day to our friends around the world. This is a political talk show here on WRMN. I've got some great guests that are sitting in here. They're enjoying some fantastic times over here for the Nightmare on Chicago. Already dressed up, all ready for trick-or-treating, already put everything together. And it is my new friend's birthday tomorrow as well. Welcome into the Free Speech Friday panel. That is, of course, my new friends Sean and Georgia. Thank you very much for being here.
You're welcome.
You're very... Hey, it is your birthday tomorrow, Sean. Is that right?
Yes.
That's fantastic. And you said, family, I got to go see all the scary things that are happening out.
Yeah.
Is this your favorite type of holiday? That's fantastic. So if you want to, let's get it going. Georgia, will you help us out with it too?
Yeah.
All right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sean. Happy birthday to you. I hope you have a great one. That's awesome.
So you guys are going to walk around and check out all the sites. You just got here?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You're going to see some really cool stuff because if you go up the road that way, they got an airplane crashed into the parking garage, and they got a whole net of zombies climbing up the side of the building.
Watch out for the aliens, too.
Yeah.
There's an alien invasion that's happening around here.
Right. Yeah, there's no zombies right now, but, you know, tomorrow night I think there's going to be zombies running around here. Right, Sonar?
It definitely is. It's going to be a fun time all around for everybody because Nightmare on Chicago Street, this is their 13th year of being it right here downtown. And we were just talking about how they seem to just go a little bit bigger every year.
Yeah.
But that's great. I love seeing families walk around and look at some of these decorations. You guys are going to go take a picture of Audrey 2. That's my favorite one. Every year, Audrey 2 is just around the corner.
Oh, yeah.
From Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, it's right across the street over there.
Big
Yeah.
old monster.
Feed me, Seymour.
Oh, my goodness. What's your favorite spooky movie, Georgia?
I don't really watch them that much, but I have my favorite character. I like Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger. Yeah, well, you're dressed up as such.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Is that your favorite villain?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Let's see that. What about you, Sean? You look like a Dracula dressed up.
I'm Ghostface, and I like Ghostface and Michael Myers.
Wow. Good. So the slasher movies. Okay. That's the fun stuff over there.
And Sam, my favorite is Sam. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Sam. Yeah. Are you guys, you guys already have your neighborhood and path already walked out?
Yeah.
Did you go on Google Maps and figure it out already?
Yeah, the houses with the good candy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then
which one is it? Which one's got the good one? What do they usually have?
My old neighbor, she used to give out full-size candy bars.
Whoa. That sounds fantastic. That's a good neighbor to have. That's always the first one to go.
Yeah.
First and last.
Yeah. And you guys are from Algonquin?
Yeah.
And you drove all the way out here to check this all out?
Yeah.
You guys got an awesome dad to bring you out here and check this out.
Yeah,
He's a good guy.
After my mom and her friend we're all gonna go to a Halloween place for dinner.
Oh,
his
that's
birthday.
going to be great.
Yeah. And like I told your father, I don't know what day it is, but Sleepy Hollow has the Headless Horseman event where in the daytime it's pumpkin carving, hay rides, and then they have a big bonfire and the Headless Horseman comes riding in on the horse. And it's really spectacular. I saw it once and it was spectacular.
We're going to have to just go up into Algonquin and go visit them then.
Yeah. Well,
go see there.
Yeah,
what kind of candies are you guys looking forward to? Which ones? Are you chocolate or are you more like the gummy sweet stuff?
I'm both.
Both?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm looking forward to Reese's peanut butter cups.
There you go. That is the number one candy. Everybody loves that one. So
Reese's
I know
peanut butter cup?
Reese's peanut butter cups
Did not know
year
that.
after year comes in at number one for that. So you're in good company there, Georgia. What about you, Sean?
I'm looking forward to candy necklaces.
Ooh, those are good too. I like those. What you can do with those, see, he's over there? Okay. What you do is you take them and you stretch it out. And if you bite the end of it, the other end of the candy necklace goes flying. Just letting you know. It's fun. So anyway, all kinds of fun that's happening over here. I thank you both for coming in. It's going to be a great time. Head on downtown tonight and tomorrow night. By downtown, I mean downtown Elgin, right here, 14 Douglas. Come say hi to us. We're going to be there. Dave's going to be there.
I'm going to be here. Hey, guys, right now you can walk in here and check out the scenery with your kids. If you're listening right now, I'll jump into the car. come on down and just walk around and check out the town, because this is what your dad is really awesome for bringing you down here to do this. I think you guys should, take the garbage out, clean the house up for him, let you come down here and see this, all right?
Yeah.
You have a happy birthday there, Sean. Thank you, Georgia, for being here with us. We're all going to be back right after this. Stick around. More Apolitical Talk Show coming up.
All right, guys.
Tune in to Big Top Sports
with Derek Geyer every weeknight from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
He'll have sports thoughts from the center ring of Chicagoland and to the outer rings from across the nation.
Weather from Chicago Cubs,
White Sox,
Bulls,
Bears,
Blackhawks,
Stars,
Fire,
Boomers, whatever the national story is of the day.
Geyer and his sports czar takes will either have you nodding in agreement,
Yelling at the radio,
or in all honesty,
a bit of both.
with the way the Chicagoland sports and sports are in general, there's bound to be
Thrills,
chills, and
oh my God moments. So get your snacks and libations ready,
because this is going to be a wild ride.
Big Top Sports with Derek Geyer's quirky and insightful Fanatics take
will make you feel a little
or a lot better about your Chicagoland sports viewing experiences.
Tune in to Big Top Sports with Derek Geyer every weeknight from 6 p.m.
to 8 p.m.
Want to know what the shepherds did after they visited the Christ child? Read the short novel, The Good Shepherds, Christmas combat story by Michael Tooman. Available on Amazon in hardcover, paperback, and Kindle editions. Check out Michael Tooman's webpage at Scilink.net. That is PSYLINK.net. Papa Sierra Yankee, Lima India November Kilo, November Echo Tango.
In the middle of the night, everything will be all right if you listen to Coast right here on WRMN, 7 days a week from midnight to 5 a.m. Each night on Coast to Coast, listeners are captivated by George Noory with discussions on news and current events, conspiracy theories, UFOs, life after death, and all things curious and unexplained. Coast to Coast, every night, midnight to 5 a.m. right here on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids right here in our own backyard are facing hunger every day? Without healthy food, it's harder to grow, to thrive, to feel their best.
The impact when children don't have enough to eat is tremendous, because when you're hungry and your basic needs aren't being met, you cannot learn.
Every child deserves to be fed. This is a problem we know how to solve. Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Breakfast in the classroom contributes to kids being more focused, which leads to higher grades, and simply just their well-being.
Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
Welcome back to Apolitical Talk Show here on WRMN. I love having the listeners just talk to us right off the street there, Dave.
Oh, yeah. Those little ones are always going to remember this. I hope their dad goes home and finds this on YouTube like I told him, and they can sit back and watch them on the screen for the first time in their lives. They'll never forget this.
No, I love being able to interact with the listeners, especially being so close down the down on the street. So when we're here for Nightmare, I have now rigged the Studio 14. I'm down here rigged.
I'm looking around like, whoa.
Not rigged to explode, not rigged for secret surveillance. It's definitely overt surveillance.
Yeah, like Elliot would say, folks, for those of you listening on the radio, Dave Tease is looking around for something that might get him, you know?
Yeah, exactly. But we have now expanded the studio out, and the studio can now reach out into Douglas. So if you come over to WRMN for tomorrow night, we are going to be in the crowd with you. Right there, right as soon as you come out of the gate over here on Douglas, you are going to be right here and part of Studio 14, which is just bled into the street. And so we've got some authors that are coming over. They're going to be reading some short stories. They're going to be having some books to sell and to sign. And so you'll be able to meet actual horror authors here tomorrow night as well. Not only for those of you that come into Nightmare be able to meet some of them, but us, the listeners, will be able to do that too.
That's going to be cool. I like that. You just missed it. We had some young children come in here, and one was Sean. His birthday is tomorrow, 7 years old.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Oh, happy early birthday, Sean.
And his sister, Georgia, came in here, and we put him on the radio. You know, you disappeared on us, so we just replaced you.
We replaced
you know?
with 2 other kids in a trench.
Yeah. So it took 2 kids to replace one Cecilia. But
Hey,
I
a
also
2 for
heard-
1 special.
I also heard Susie 2.0 is going to be here. I can't wait to meet her.
Oh, yes.
Ooh,
she made a
who is
appearance
she?
a couple days ago. She better watch out.
Is Jimmy Vaselli going to come in?
I believe so. Jimmy is heading on over. He's got the office just across the hall over here. JMVChicagoLaw.com to check out Jimmy Vaselli's place. But he'll be over here. I still haven't figured out what I'm going to be yet, though. So I've got 2 options that I usually default to because I hate shaving off my beard just for Halloween. So I have to.
How long does that take to grow?
Forever.
Yeah, don't do that.
It takes me forever to grow a beard.
It's not worth it.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I keep saying this. What do you think? You ever watch Duck Dynasty and Willie? The red, white, blue bandana I had on there, the white jacket. I mean, you could really pull off a Willie.
Pull it off. I'll just
could
wear
be
camo.
Mr. Pringle.
I don't think I own anything camo though.
No,
I'm not saying I don't own anything like olive, drab, or whatever that is.
He always wears
but
like
camo. I don't have
like
any.
a suit jacket with no tie on and just like a button-up flannel shirt or something like that.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to look up.
Yeah, and
Are you
blue jeans. Yeah, he's
Are
not
you
like
sure
the
he's
flannel.
not like a Silicon Valley exec?
no,
Because
he's-
that's what it sounds like he dresses like.
He always got that red, white, and blue bandana on his head.
Wait, what's his last name again? I keep typing in Willie Wilson, but I know
Willie
that's not
Robinson from Duck Dynasty.
Willie Robinson.
it. Okay, I'm like, not the mayoral candidate, guys.
The 2 options that I've kind of come down to, and now I've got a close third coming in. But the 2 options I have is I was thinking about either being Waldo after being found, being gone forever, like
how does that work?
like shipwrecked Waldo.
Oh, okay.
Where I'm not the prim and proper Waldo. I'm the Waldo that's been lost out in the wilderness forever. So like all of the like stuff pulled out. Who's that?
That's Mr. Pringle. What if you go as him?
I didn't see.
Oh, did you find Willie? Because your screen is like this. She's got this new phone with like the screen where you can't. It's a privacy screen, so people can't see what you're doing. On either side.
Oh, there he is, Mr. Pringle. My
Right,
goodness.
you got the
I
stash.
still have to shave.
Look up
Willie,
Willie Robinson.
So then my other one is I was going to be an apocalypse survivor. Because that's what I sit here all day on the radio and preach about is how we're just going off the cliff. We're just so that would be the other thing is a survivor.
You've got both of us really doing our research right now.
What are you doing? You're looking at it. So the other way I've seen too is I've done what's his face? Richard Dreyfuss from Jaws. I've been him before.
You need a bigger boat.
Yeah. So there's a few other things that are out there.
You know,
Is that Aquaman? Who is it?
No, that's
Triton.
King Triton.
No,
isn't he blonde?
You still haven't found Willie
But
Robinson.
no,
Isn't
I
he
found
blonde?
him. He could definitely go.
Duck Dynasty Willie. I think he could pull it off great.
What are you guys going as? Give me some inspiration then. What are you, sexy cat?
No, I could pull that off.
Sexy cat could never be Dave.
I'm actually going to be Susie 2.0.
Oh my goodness, that's
and
gonna
we're
be
actually
fun.
going to be zombie Susies.
That's right.
And
I know they're going to zombies or something, right? The morning show has decided zombies.
Yeah, we're going to do zombies. I got to come in early. She's going to put the makeup on me, and I think we're going to go out and get some dates. I think we can score tomorrow night.
Yeah, 2 Susies, get out of here.
Okay, I'm like the last person you want inspo from. One year I went as a hot dog. Another year. So like the sexy vibe, I love it for others, not mine. But just natural. But anyway, one time I also, back when I was still fighting, I went as a boxer. Ooh.
A what? A what?
When I was still a boxer, I went as a boxer. So I just
like with the
changed
gloves
it.
on and all that stuff? How did you drink?
I just didn't. I mean,
How do you text with
just kidding.
boxing gloves
No, it
on?
was so obnoxious. I had to keep taking my boxing gloves off. So eventually I strung them like over my shoulder and then I just kept my hand wraps on. And I was like, I still look the part, guys. I still can play the part.
He went as a hot dog. He went as a hot dog. I could see Harry Carey back in the day with Steve Stone. Hey, Steve, if I was a hot dog, would you eat me?
I'll have to dig
That'd be
up
delicious.
I'll have to dig up some photos from the archive, but you really want to know what I'm going as?
What's that?
Okay, so it has enough of a like shock factor in itself, the costume. So I guess I can spill the beans for those listening. So I'm going to be covering myself, the parts that need to be, with newspaper and packing tape, you know, the clear kind. And I've got my waterproof leather sneaks. They're white, and I'm going to throw a red trench coat over. And then I'm going to keep the trench coat closed. And then when people are like, what are you? Newsflash.
Okay. Now that is creative. I mean, really, literally creative.
Sounds cold.
I might have to throw some like leggings or tights on underneath that, but like newsflash.
See, that is what I've always. So I have this thing, and I thought it might be offensive, but
Okay,
let's try it out here live on radio.
Okay.
Since you put it out there, I really always like to play on words for having a costume, right?
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing. Like two people dressing up as bananas and never getting close to each other at all. Like we're the
We don't
banana
split.
splits, right? We're going through something right now, right? The bananas have split, like things like that. So I always wanted to dress up as a priest with the collar, with everything, the full robe, the full everything, and then have knee pads and a helmet and elbow pads and the wrist guards, and put all of that on and have a skateboard and go as a religious extremist.
It's not controversial. I think it's pretty cool.
As a Catholic, that's
exactly.
actually, no, you, like, if you were like, I'm a sexy priest, then I might feel like a little bit, no, that's
sexy
really
nuns?
funny.
No, come on,
hello, thank you.
I would be a
Hello.
religious extremist.
No,
I would
that's actually
I just
really
do
funny.
extreme sports, right? And then I have another friend dressed as a rabbi who has a surfboard, and like we would just all go
be a
as
surfing
religious
rabbi?
extremists, right? Extreme.
I actually love that.
You know, there was
you
one
have the
year.
Catholic stamp of approval.
There was one year here. They had the guys were dressed up like baseball fury with the Warriors.
Oh yeah, that
And
would be cool.
There was also there were 6 guys, and they just teed this costume up. They were a 6-pack of Bud Light bottles. They were dressed like bottles, and they were separated. And all of a sudden, somebody would blow a whistle, and they'd all come together and form a 6-pack, and then disappear again into the crowd. And then when they all get together, they just form a 6-pack again. They were a gigantic 6-pack of Bud Light.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, it was a great costume.
That is
It was
fantastic.
brilliant. And this is the best thing about this event. You guys, if you've never been to Nightmare on Chicago Street, I'm getting excited now. But the costumes. Some of the people, I saw Eddie from Iron Maiden here a couple years ago. You see some outrageous, crazy costumes where you got to bring a backup battery for your phone because you're going to just have pictures up the wazoo on your phone. By the time you get home, you're going to go, I got to look at all of this stuff.
Yeah. You got all kinds of pictures. Bozo was here at the studio last year. Wizzo is going to be here at the studio this year for sure. We've got all kinds of different things that are happening in the area. It is the event for downtown.
Yeah.
You could talk about the 4th of July. You can talk about over there at Dundee. You can talk about where at, but this is it. This is the event of the year.
I heard Woodstock tries to duplicate this.
They've started to.
Yeah, they started to. I went as Santa Claus one year, and that was the year that the new iPhone 7s were coming out. And my Lord, all of the kids chasing me down. Santa, I want the iPhone 7. And I'm like, oh, Santa, stop it.
While you're at
Santa
it.
likes Samsung.
Santa, why are you drinking beer? It's apple cider. It's not beer.
I swear.
I had one young man, and I asked him what he wanted for Christmas, and he said a girlfriend.
Oh, get that man, find that man a girlfriend.
I heard Susie 2's available.
Oh, the single lady.
Yeah, he's probably growing up by now, so she got a shot.
We also talked to Gia in the last hour as well. Gia Wickler put together this new non-for-profit called Somebody's Daughter Is Loved.org. Or .org is the way to go. But the organization is there to enhance the safety and empower women while they are out in public. And Dave, we've got about 2 or 3 minutes left in the segment here. Tell us a little bit how you're involved with this too.
Well, how I'm involved is because it's an awesome program that she came up with. I never thought of it until after something happened to a friend of ours. And I was outraged. I was mad. And I want to make sure it doesn't happen anymore because I have daughters. And like I said, I would be outraged if this happened to them.
Too many people go out there and go, oh, well, I can't tell you what I would do for this. Well, what would you do? Would you show up to a meeting for Somebody's Daughter Is Loved? Would you donate $5? Would you volunteer time? Would you help build a thing?
Would you spread awareness?
What would you do? Yeah, I mean, we can talk about, I would do violence. Like, okay, cool. Anybody can do violence. Like, I have a toddler at the house. That is her default is violence. So with this is when you say those things of like, I would do anything for this, or I would do anything for you, or I would do anything for my daughter, anything for my friend. Well, this isn't anything. No. This is a something that's here. So Somebody's Daughter Is Loved is a new organization for this area here, and it is for empowerment. I don't want to say protection. Protection is a controlling. Protection is a thing. Let's empower and support. I like that a little.
You can add protection in it because the more men we get on board with this program, that now when they're in events or bars or restaurants, I mean, they can be having their eyes open. They can be vigilant.
Absolutely.
And if they see somebody do something, point it out to a bartender, say something, and grab the person and call the police. I mean, we all got to look out for each other. It's just not just women we got to look out for. We got to look out for children, elderly people, other men. We got to look out. We start protecting each other. I think society would get a lot better.
I think so. And it's one of those things you talked about Catholicism there, and let me regain my blasphemy that I put out earlier. But this is the thing that I absolutely love about the teachings of religion is they always tell you that you will be protected. Always. Oh, yeah. You will be taken care of. Trust in the Lord, trust in God, trust in whoever it is. And that is because of the other commandment, to love the other people.
Right.
And if we love each other, then we're all protected and we're all taken care of. Good stuff happening all around. Yeah. We've got some people taking a tour for Nightmare on Chicago.
Yeah.
It's great stuff. Head on over. You're going to have to be down here this weekend, tomorrow, starting at, I think it's like 6 or so.
6 o'clock, gates open up.
Gates open.
We'll see you there.
And you will catch us there.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by Rain X, America's #1 wiper blade. Oswego police released an updated timeline of 2 stabbing attacks at a Chick-fil-A that left 1 man dead and another seriously injured early Wednesday morning. Surveillance footage shows the suspect broke into the restaurant on Route 34 around 3:10 a.m. and fatally stabbed a delivery driver inside. Nearly 2 hours later, the same suspect attacked a maintenance worker outside who, with the help of a witness, subdued the assailant until police arrived. Officers arrested the suspect, provided aid to the injured man, and confirmed the incident was isolated as the investigation into a motive continues. Downtown Elgin will transform into an apocalyptic battleground for Nightmare on Chicago Street on Saturday. Aliens and zombies invade the city for a night of cosmic chaos and immersive horror. The event runs from 6 to 11 p.m. with early entry at 5 p.m. for ZDI All Access Pass holders and features themed pop-up bars, live music, and terrifying street experiences. Festivities festivities kick off Friday night with Friday Night Frights, offering sideshows, live performances, and family-friendly entertainment across downtown. Tickets start at $35 with upgraded passes, unlocking early access, VIP perks, and entry to exclusive horror-themed bars. Naperville District 203 board member Melissa Kelly Black has been censured for the second time in 10 months after allegedly sharing confidential information about contract negotiations on social media. The board voted 6-1 to approve the censure, with Black casting the sole dissenting vote. The resolution accuses her of undermining negotiations with the Naperville Unit Education Association through Facebook posts that included details from closed sessions and critical remarks about fellow board members. Despite the ongoing government shutdown, the Agriculture Department will reopen about 2,100 county offices to help farmers and ranchers access $3 billion in aid. Each office will be staffed by 2 paid employees to assist with farm loans, crop insurance, and disaster relief, reflecting President Trump's efforts to maintain support among rural communities. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to handle the busy holiday season, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Are you dreaming of a getaway? Want to leave the stress of daily life behind? Whether it's a relaxing cruise or an adventurous land escape, planning the perfect vacation doesn't have to be a hassle. At Cruises International, they specialize in vacation destinations, land and sea, making your dreams come true. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, Cruises International isn't just about booking travel. They're your personal concierge, trusted travel advisor, and advocate. Your preferences are unique, and they'll take the time to understand exactly what you're looking for. From personalized service to their global network of specialists, they ensure that your vacation is tailor-made just for you. It's time to plan the vacation of a lifetime. Call 800-255-7447. That's 800-255-7447 today and speak to a cruise and vacation expert. Cruises International. It's time to set sail to your dream destination.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 34. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high near 53, with temperatures falling to around 51 in the afternoon. Looking ahead to Sunday, mostly sunny with a high near 59. Currently, it is 50 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
We know exactly what you're not thinking about right now. Wiper blades. But now that you are, take a moment to think about how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America. Why? Because Rain-X thinks about wiper blades all the time. We obsess, so you don't have to. Simply install our blades and then think about literally anything else. So choose Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blades, and then go back to not thinking about wiper blades. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
Welcome back to a political talk show here on WRMN. It's still Free Speech Friday. You can jump in with us, 847-931-1410. No. 847-931-1410. You can jump in over there. I've still got the Free Speech Friday panel sticking with me. They're messing with headphones or something. They must unplug something. Should turn something off.
The screen went out right there.
Oh no! What are you doing turning my stuff off? What's happening?
We're invisible.
I know.
It was the guy with the column.
It was
Or
there.
the combine.
We are over.
Oh, don't
Scary
blame me.
stories. If you want some scary stories, listen to us tomorrow. Tomorrow during the Nightmare on Chicago Street, all Saturday afternoon. I already put together an entire hour of spooky music.
Ooh.
Already over there. Of course, it starts out with Ghostbusters. Because who are you going to call?
Mm-hmm.
Ghostbusters is who you're going to call.
And then a Monster Mash or Monster Mash.
Yeah, Monster Mash jumped into there. Also, Danny Elfman. Do you know Danny Elfman from Batman and Nightmare on, or what was it, Nightmare Before Christmas and all of that?
The writer or producer of that?
The music.
Oh, the music. Oh, yeah. No.
Also, you ever see Pee-wee's Big Adventure?
Oh, yeah.
He does all the music for that, too. He has a band called Oingo Boingo.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
Same guy.
Uh-huh.
They have a couple great songs. Dead Man's Party.
Yeah.
Fantastic song for Halloween.
Yeah, Dead Man's Party is a great song for a Halloween song.
So that, I mean, I think he's always got that spooky type of stuff anyway, which is why Tim Burton usually uses them for music. So we've still got some people putting together their Halloween costumes. It's okay. You've got some time until Halloween, but you do not have time for the Nightmare on Chicago. You have about 24 hours.
Yeah, and you know what? How about this? People want to text in at 505-926-1410 and tell us some ideas or what you're going to go as, or, you know, chime in on the YouTube and tell us what you're going to go as. We'd like to get some ideas. Maybe Sonar might need a good idea to come up with something with the beard and all of that stuff there.
I need a few ideas for things. Mostly to help me incorporate my beard, because I hate shaving it for just Halloween. I
don't think you shave your beard for Halloween.
Sometimes I'll trim it down, but like there's a few times where like I've been like, I can't be that person. That person doesn't have a beard, and I'm not going to just be that person with a beard. So it's that part. Last year I was the bearded lady, which is still kind of high up on what I might do this year too, because it was such a great hit.
I don't know. Cecilia said Aquaman with the beard. Did he have a beard?
True.
King Triton. I don't know. Let me look up Aquaman.
The boss lady does have a thing for Jason Momoa, so you know, I might,
there you go. You know,
you could.
You dress up like Aquaman.
Let's be honest, we all have a thing for Jason Momoa.
Not me.
I don't know him because I live under a
Aquaman. He's Aquaman.
No, I don't know him either. Sorry to him
Look
and
him up.
Joaquin.
He's like every woman's dream right now.
What's his name?
Jason Momoa. The rest of the class are on page 14. What are you doing over there?
Yeah.
I'm
She's
telling
ordering
you
more
guys,
stuff
I
on
live under a
Amazon.
pop culture rock. It's true. I just updated my delivery instructions.
Oh, okay.
Or newsflash.
Multitasking on
got
the
my
air
address?
here.
We love a multitasking queen. I pulled it from your voter record.
Have you heard? Speaking of the pop scene for everything, have you heard? Are you young enough, or I guess old enough? There's this gap in here of K-pop demon hunters.
What?
No, I'm not too. I do.
You fit in the gap.
I think so. I feel like I may have heard
so
that.
You're in the same one too. See, I'm in that spot where my children are young enough to be fully involved with everything, but I'm not like to that Gen Z-ish type of side to everything too.
They're your kids are Gen Alpha, right?
Mine
or are they
are
still
Alpha.
Gen Z? Oh,
No, all three of them made it into Alpha.
Wow.
So,
okay.
So now I don't have to remember any other letters. So,
So what's going to come up when they're like a little bit older? Because right now the middle schoolers are like 6, 7.
yeah, I could do Bob Ross.
I'll give you a
6,
canvas and a
7.
palette to just walk around with.
I could do Bob Ross.
I have canvases.
The beard
and
has to
palettes.
come down a little bit, but I could do Bob Ross.
You could do the fro?
Right?
Yeah, fro. Oh yeah. If I trim
feel
this
like
thing
you
down,
could.
you see, now you guys are giving me stuff exactly after my hair is long enough to actually lay down.
You know, we planned
It
that.
finally happened this week. My hair is long enough to actually lay down on its own and not frill out. And now you're like, well, Bob Ross was a cool dude.
Well, you know what? Mr. Tees and I, we keep a calendar tracking your hair growth over the over the months.
That's why
We're like,
that's what we do. Is that why you were pulling on it? I was just. But anyway,
Hey.
K-pop demon hunters are this new fad on the Netflix and the children's type of thing. Like, you know how we had
so it's a
Sonic.
show.
Yeah, you know how we
Okay.
had Sonic. It's a movie.
Oh.
And it just took off. Really? I've seen this movie easily 50 times because the kids just
Is
absolutely
it with
love
K-pop members?
Yes. So that is essentially a K-pop group who sings to keep up a barrier, which is called their Honmun, which is the only Korean that I kind of know. But it keeps up this barrier so that demons can't come out. And so they sing the song to give the fans all that hope, and the hope of the fans keeps the demons away. And any ones that do show up, they attack. And so it's a cool arc. I don't want to spoil the movie that I've seen so many times. You may not have it, but it's taken off. Netflix has made deals with Hasbro and Mattel to make toys.
Dang, it really is taking off.
Everybody is looking for these costumes. This is like the Tickle Me Elmos of this. See, and even then,
oh wow,
like it's just even then the Tickle Me Elmo stuff. That'd
be like my brother's gen, but yeah. I get you.
You get at least the reference for it. But this is what's everybody's after it. So there's a few places that you can still get it online, I guess. Las Guerras K-pop. The animated side of it will have a few of them online. And then as I was talking with Georgia and also Sean, when they were here, we've also got candy that's coming up. And every year, of course, we end up with Reese's Cups.
Yeah,
is always the number one that's for there.
Now, where do you go to buy your candy for Halloween?
For my candy, I usually will go to the big box stores for it. So I'll go to like a Wally World or something like that. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll head over to the dollar store and go and raid the dollar store.
Yeah.
And raid them like I'm going to go see a matinee. I mean,
well, hey, are you projecting? You're letting everyone in on my secrets. Hi.
Hi, everybody.
I love your hat.
Yeah, you got the Chicago Bulls hat on right there.
That's it.
They're out down here enjoying the night, looking at all the stuff. This is a great time.
Great.
But yeah, I go to Sam's Club because you get a better deal.
Place,
you get a better deal. You get these bigger bags at a better price. And I pray for rain so the kids ain't out there. And I got all my candy in my bowl here, and it's going to go to me.
I will be going to Sam's Club rival, Costco. And if you are lucky, someone may or may not be dropping candy gently, only not the hard kind, from the tower. I don't know who said that.
Yeah, all
Not
the way
the
up
hard
the floor
kind.
you land, like you're on top of up there.
Very gently, like pieces of chocolate or something.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So I mean, I like the Twizzlers. You know, you get the individual Twizzlers and Milky Ways. I like the Milky Ways.
All the way in.
What are you doing?
Boom, boom, I'm back.
Yeah, but this trend, this movie thing you were talking about, is that going to be like the top toy seller?
I think so. I think it's going to be the number one costume for the most part. But slashers have been coming up too.
Yeah,
you saw Georgia was in here dressed as Freddy. Freddy Krueger.
And
the slasher was at
Sean.
the face.
Yeah, Michael Myers.
Yeah, Michael Myers.
Michael Myers.
Who said Jason?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, with the new toy sensation, let me give parents and grandparents a tip out there, especially grandparents who have like 20 grandkids. One of the things me and my wife like to do is, why did I say my wife? The lady thinks she's married to me. We try to start buying our Christmas gifts early and hiding them because, you don't want to get caught at the last minute scrambling, not knowing what to get. And so, like, we start in October, and we, like, once every 2 weeks, once a week, we go, or if we're out shopping now, that would be a cool gift to get them. And then you start building them up, and then you got the fun task of hiding them in the house somewhere. And so you're not hitting like, oh my God, people panic around Christmas time. So these items, you probably won't find them from this weird movie, which I'm going to be an outsider with this. You probably won't find them when at times, and you're scrambling around to get these products like I had to do with that last PlayStation. Got really lucky by chance in a Walmart. But, I mean, if you got a chance, and go and get them now, Mom and Dad. Because, because you're going to be like the movie Jingle all the way.
Exactly.
Arnold Schwarzenegger running around with Oh, what was the
Sinbad.
Sinbad.
I
yeah.
saw that in the theaters.
Yeah, he was the mailman.
Another one I don't know.
Sinbad.
Really?
Guys, I live under Pop Culture Rock.
So Arnold Schwarzenegger
Tell me.
works way too much, and his kid wants a Turbo Man doll. Hi, everybody. I love seeing everybody walking around.
Happy Halloween.
I hope you're enjoying it. That Nightmare on Chicago. All the decorations are out. People are walking.
Yeah, I know.
Now's a
People
chance
are
to get
taking their
in.
kids out here to walk around.
That's so true.
The little ones are having a ball.
No cover charge right now.
You guys can walk in free and walk around, and
you don't have to worry about traffic. Nothing.
Maybe I'll have to go get my Costco candy tonight, so I can just hand it out to random people.
I
You
don't
get
go to
some
Costco.
candy. You get some candy. Why not?
So
I don't go to
Arnold
Costco.
Schwarzenegger.
You can get some candy.
Okay, he's going to tell you the movie.
Arnold
okay, tell me.
Schwarzenegger is a workaholic who ignores his kids. Or
Okay.
his kid. I think he only has
He
the
doesn't
one.
really ignore.
And then his neighbor is Phil Hartman, too. Which, so anyway, his neighbor's coming over and, doing the whole, well, your husband should be here. That's my best
He was
Phil
hitting
Hartman
on his wife.
I can do.
Scandalous.
So essentially, after a bout about whose cookies they are, just for people that are paying attention as well, he decides that my kid will love me again if I get the Turbo Man doll, and it is just nowhere. So he spends the entire movie trying to get this Turbo Man doll, trying to get into sweepstakes to buy it, try to get knockoff copies of it, all kinds of different ways to do it. It turns out at the end of the movie, he ends up in the Christmas parade, and all kinds of crazy shenanigans happen. I would tell you the rest of it, but I don't want to spoil an almost 20-year-old movie.
Okay, what is this called?
It's called
Jingle All the Way. I got the movie. I'll give you the DVD.
Are you serious?
I got Blockbuster in my basement, girl. You need a DVD.
I
Come
really
to my
do.
house.
You guys have to pop culture.
Even the
me.
movie My Happy Death Day is a great movie. You can come and borrow it.
Wait, I actually do know that movie. It's in 2016.
Right.
I know that one.
Yeah.
Well, that's where we're going to bring Matt McNeil as well, because I was just talking to him about who was it?
Matt's into scary stuff. This is his year.
Well, I was just talking to him about Mad Max, because I was like, why don't I just go as a Mad Max type of character there? Because, I'm always preaching about the apocalypse on this show, so why not?
I don't know who that is either.
Exactly, so that's what I was saying.
Like hair extensions, you could go as Jesus.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Wait, you totally could do that. Do you have Berks or anything?
Jesus Christo?
Yeah, you could be like.
I don't want to be so blasphemous. Like, it's one thing to be like to dress up as a rabbi.
Didn't Moses have a beard?
I am.
We get him like some.
He did.
10
Oh, he
Commandments.
could do staff.
That's true.
He could
but
take
again, that
zombie
seems
out.
cold. You guys are giving me. It's going to be 50 degrees outside.
I ain't taking the snake out in 50 degrees, and I don't think he's going to walk around with a snake around his neck.
It's true. The snake to the staff. But we're kind of devolving just a little bit, but only because we are so excited about tomorrow, and we're seeing so many people walking up and down the street over here between us and the Shawarma stop. We're getting a couple other people here. I'll tell you, Audrey too is my favorite. I love looking at her across the road here,
right?
And well, him, I guess. I don't know. Plants hermaphroditic, but anyway.
That was a good movie.
Over there. Little Shop of Horrors?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Steve Martin being the dentist.
Wonderful musical.
I'd love to be a dentist. I have a pleasure of giving people paid. You know?
You haven't seen that one either?
No, don't even go there.
Okay.
She's under a rock.
We have a TV next door.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get a DVD player or something and just bring in whatever you got.
Yeah, bring in some.
So next door, I'll just have all of the movies just on rotation.
I think I might have a Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah,
I
can play that stuff.
I actually do have more time these days, so.
Yeah, next door, that's what I'll do.
She'll be over there with popcorn, eating, watching movies, not even paying attention.
That's what I'll do. I'll set up a little catch up on your pop culture horror over there.
This is like
I bet if I said something along the lines of Killer Clowns from Outer Space, you probably have never seen before. Oh my god!
Yeah, Samantha loves that movie. Her and my son Tyler. No wonder why they're both friends. I like weird movies like that.
Movie.
I love Mars Attack.
That's a good one.
That was a good one too.
When
they blew up Congress.
Yeah, all day. Yeah.
Anything from the first Technicolor movie, even before that. So I'd say like 20s to 85, 88 maybe.
Okay.
And then anything from like 2000.
You know about or you don't know?
No,
It's
so
only your blind spots?
anything between like the 20s to the late 80s, I'll know about, and then anything after that is probably not, but it may be a hit or miss.
So anything after
like 1988.
Yeah, well, 85 is when Ghostbusters came out.
Yeah, love Ghostbusters.
And that's when
the Blues Brothers.
Friday the 13th,
yes, Halloween. Love those.
Like Back to the Future
Back
in
to
that
the
same
Future,
area.
Yeah.
love it.
Was Back to the Future
Karate
considered a
Kid.
Halloween movie?
No, what I'm just saying,
But, like,
movies in
80s
that
I
era.
heard Brendan and a couple other.
Are you saying Back to the Future is a Halloween movie?
Yeah, is it? No, it's not. No, because I heard Brendan chime in. He was going to go as Marty.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, he's going to go in as Marty, and I think Derek or Elliot was talking about possibly going in as Marty from Back to the Future.
Great.
Ooh,
And
that's a great
but Derek was talking this morning about the old Halloween movies with Abbott Costello, and the Werewolf and Dracula and the Mummy and Frankenstein.
The
Now,
Stooges
those
were with
movies
them,
you would
too.
love to watch, though.
Ooh, yes. Stephen King movies. Oh my gosh, love Stephen King.
Was he The Shining or with that?
Yes.
he's
Amityville
The
Horror.
Shining.
He was Amityville Horror.
Yep, and The Shining.
Yeah, right.
And
And,
a whole bunch of other ones.
What's the dog?
Dream,
Omen. Was he the Omen?
Dreamcatcher is the other one. I don't
The
know
car.
if he's Omen.
What's that creepy car one? Carrie, too, is another one.
Carrie is another
Yeah.
one. He also did Maximum Overdrive.
Cujo.
Cujo. Oh, yeah. Stephen
The
King
Birds.
all day.
Oh, wait, that was Alfred Hitchcock.
That's Alfred
but that
Hitchcock.
was, I actually did see The Birds for the first time when I was 5 years old. And I think that did something to me. I'll just leave it there.
The Birds.
Yeah. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen
Yeah,
it?
when they peck the eyes out
Oh,
at the
it's
glass.
terrible.
I was 5 years old.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
I know.
Can you imagine her in a pet store with parakeets? Don't get me near the parakeets. They're going to peck my eyes out.
Well, since we're talking about that,
Altered my brain chemistry forever.
let's talk a little bit about the scare tactic in general. Oh, hold on. We got a caller. Of course, we got a great caller. I hope it is. Hello,
Hector.
caller. Come in.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Okay, this is David.
Hey, David.
Hey,
you want to talk
David.
about scary
David
movies,
Dose of David.
No, just well, in a way.
Okay.
And so, I know I'm going to get a lot of resistance.
That's okay.
With what I say, but hey, you say what you need to say, as John Mayer would say.
Yes, sir.
He said what he needed to say, so he told me to say what I need to say, so I'll say what I need to say. Anyway, all right, enough say. Anyway, so it interests me that Halloween. Okay, during the regular part of the year, okay, violence, rotting corpses, death, suffering, demons, everything bad, malicious is bad. 364 days, so to speak. It's not exactly like that, of the year. But yet on Halloween or this time of year, wow, look at that. Oh, wow, look at that. Oh, wow, that's
I understand your the dichotomy of the two things. I mean, you spend all year saying, well, we don't like violence, we don't like anything like this. Hey, look, I'm absolutely there with you, but I also play space games. I also am a cowboy, and a whole bunch of other things that are out there. I mean, at a certain point, it's about releasing the energy more than just kind of suppressing it all the time. If you're always suppressing everything, then there's no way to actually put anything out. I mean, the way that I look at most things is moderation in general. And there's only two people that are obsessed with things. People that always do it all the time. It's always the thing, and they are obsessed about it. And also people who never do anything of that. They are also obsessed about it. They're also obsessed about gore or anything else because they spend all of their time thinking about not doing gore and not doing those things. So I try to not obsess so much about things, but I absolutely understand where you see the hypocrisy in this too.
Also, too, is David, you got to remember, in order for us to identify evil, we have to see what evil looks like, right? So once a year, these movies come out, and that way, I mean, it's not like evil, but you got to at least see both sides of it, because you got to understand both sides to determine what's good, the difference between good and bad. And this is what opens up our cultures to see the difference between good and bad, because there's really no middle.
So not in literary type of stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And even speaking on culture, I think I definitely hear you. And while Halloween can be a time for scary and otherwise horrifying things, there can also be different aspects and elements to Halloween that are celebrated. For example, in a cultural aspect, La Dia de los Muertos, and that is a beautiful time of remembrance for remembering our loved ones that have passed on to another place. And also, you can make Halloween fun too. I'm with you. It doesn't always have to be scary.
It could be whimsical. It doesn't have to always be macabre every single time.
A news flash. You could be anything in between. It could be a hot dog.
Yeah,
you can just have fun with it. But I definitely hear you, and I think that the nuanced perspective is just allowing different types.
And you get to threaten your kids. If you don't go to bed now, I'm going to send Michael Myers up to your bedroom.
I'm going to take your candy. Well, do you take the other approach to it, David, where you do something a bit more whimsical, or do you just write off the whole thing?
I just write off the whole thing.
Okay.
And again, I'm not judging anybody.
No.
I know, all of you in the studio and beyond, not beyond the grave. I'm not going there with
I'm not there yet either.
Like Sue, Elliot, all of you at I could literally say all of you at WRMN are some of the nicest people.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. You could deal with and meet. And Dino, wow.
I always like talking to you in person, David.
Incredible people here. Very intelligent, hardworking, easy to get along with. But the whole thing is, I say 0. And Jesus would not have anything to do with any of this. That's another discussion, but I mean,
that's true.
The day after Halloween is the Day of the Dead for Mexico.
Ouija boards, for example.
Oh yeah, I don't mess around with Ouija boards. See, now you're getting less. Now you're getting less of Halloween and more into the
demonic.
Occult. That's the other side. I don't mess with the occult. That's a whole nother thing. But thanks for calling, David.
Every day.
I hope you have a great day. That was David jumping in with us as well. Hey, coming up, we've got a great live stream coming down the pipe. We're going to start the Whippers coverage with a little bit of the Big Top Sports Show from yesterday, and then we are going to have Whippers football right here on the air and on YouTube. So stick around. We'll see you on the other side. Thank you, panel. I really appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for having us here.
I'll see you tomorrow.
And a great Halloween before Nightmare on Chicago
Jason
Street.
Derulo, is that you?